These Warlord players are getting absolutely demolished like total trash by the Thunder Queen Suri and her squad. Just as she calls for their heads, the absolute Chad Hurkan arrives. One slash, and the executioner is history. Suri's mob rushes him all at once, but Hurkan mows them down like he's playing on easy mode. His team starts apologizing for their massive blunder, but Hurkan just shrugs it off. Don't sweat it, guys. The real issue is this talentless thug lady. She's a total weakling who only knows how to fall behind. One tap of his watch and boom, epic armor equips instantly. Seeing this, Suri screeches for his head. Hurkan literally laughs in her face. Most of her army is already dirt and she's got zero chance left. Suddenly a blade through the spine. The friends he just saved turn out to be total backstabbing snakes. System Alert starts screaming. His health is tanking. As he hits the floor, his team offers a fake apology. Suri mocks him for being a gullible idiot. Apparently loyalty has a price and she just paid in cash. They sold him out instantly. Hurkan growls that he's going to erase her from this entire game. She just giggles. Good luck with that, because I'll spawn kill you until you're back at level 0. Since Warlord is his whole life, it's a real shame he's a total loser again. Sucks to be him. He tries to lunge, but his pals turn him into a human pincushion with a dozen more blades. Why he wheezes, thinking about all the times he carried their guild on his back like a pro. The answer is simple. She offered them millions. Loyalty doesn't stand a chance against that many zeros. His heart shatters. His own brothers-in-arms threw him away like garbage for a quick payday. Game over. The system locks him out. 48 hours of pure seething misery starts now. He wakes up in the real world fuming. Everything he built is gone vanished in a cloud of betrayal. Warlord isn't just a game. It's a global monster fueled by artificial intelligence and insane amounts of cash. It was the only place he felt alive. He remembers his humble beginnings, slaying his very first monsters. Back then, the same snake who just betrayed him had invited him in. Fueled by rage, he heads out. He's hunting them down in reality now. He sprints through the streets desperately trying to make a call. If he'd known he'd get stabbed in the back, he would have stayed a cold solo player forever. Then tragedy strikes. A garbage truck slams into him, leaving him broken and bleeding on the asphalt. Even as he's fading, his hatred burns bright. He swears he'll get his revenge no matter the cost. The world blurs, and suddenly he's back in the tutorial. The system tells him to slay a minotaur. Totally dazed, he hears two noobs shouting for help. They look like they've seen a ghost. Their friends are all down, and they're the only ones left to face this beast. Total disaster. Hurkan stares at the beast. Wait, wasn't this guy patched out of the game 5 years ago? It was too hard for players back then. The two newbies look at him like he's absolutely crazy. At least 10 months ago, that's when it hits him. He's been sent 5 years into the past. He's back at the beginning. Ignoring their pleas, he draws his blade and charges in completely solo. The beast lunges, but he's already behind it. One movement, and the Minotaur is sliced into ribbons. The noobs are jaw-dropped and offer him a guild invite. But Hurkan remembers what guilds really mean. He recalls his team selling him out for cash. Without a second thought, he slashes them both down. No more friends, he mutters. I'm playing this life solo. With the tutorial over, he finally wakes up. He's in a VR store's demo gear. Oh right, 5 years ago he basically lived in places like this. He was a regular at these showrooms. If this is real, he's got the ultimate head start. With 5 years of pro knowledge, he's basically a walking cheat code. Time to start the revenge tour. He rushes the counter, slams his card down, and demands a base model V gear right now. The girl checks the balance and gives him that look. Sir, your bank account is totally empty. Right. If he wasn't broke back then, he wouldn't have been playing in a public showroom. While he's brooding, a giant ad catches his eye. It's that same smug thug lady Suri. She's the face of Warlord. Seeing her makes his blood boil. He's got zero time to waste now. Priority 1, restart the game. He rushes out to secure some quick capital. A bit later, he returns home, lugging a brand new VR machine. He glares at the business card of a notorious loan shark company. Borrowing was the fastest method despite the terrifying warnings attached to it. He remembers when he entered that shady office and asked for 10 million won. The boss agreed, but promised a living hell if he failed to pay. Stealing his resolve, he dives into the machine and teleports to Mission 1. The air feels nostalgic. It's been ages since he first stood in this world. He knows the drill. That familiar girl should be appearing any second now. Boom, Ariadne materializes to congratulate him on clearing the tutorial phase. He explains the class system where one choice dictates his entire future. First, the warrior frontline monsters who crush foes with heavy melee weapons. Tempting, he remembers how lightning fast he leveled as a tanky warrior before, but soloing the late game is impossible, so he gives it a hard pass. Next is the cleric, the ultimate support and healing class for the party. Still, a no Ariadne sighs, revealing there's only one final option left. He triggers her power, and the system confirms his fate-changing class selection. Flash, he's warped away to meet a mysterious old man in a new zone. The The elder offers the path of magic, asking what he wishes to learn. Without skipping a beat, our hero demands the forbidden power of dark magic. The old man freezes. How does this rookie even know about that darkness? He warns that while powerful dark magic literally destroys the user's soul, our hero doesn't care about the risks, so the elder finally gives in. Using his ancient power, the old man begins teaching him the forbidden arts. Notes, it's been centuries since anyone was crazy enough for this path. Skill book appears. The elder tells him to claim his dark destiny. As he touches the book, the entire world starts to warp and shift. Recalls a legendary video of a solo necromancer dominating raid bosses. That's the dream. The system announces, you have become a necromancer. First skill, skeleton fragment. Suddenly a tiny skeleton head pops into existence. He tosses it down and it transforms into a rattling skeleton warrior. This bony guy will be his loyal partner through every future battle. Hyped up, he asks the skeleton where the training dungeon is located, but before the minion can answer, its head just flops off. Seriously, he enters the dungeon feeling sorry for his incredibly weak skeleton buddy. The head drops again, but it's undead, so he just snaps it back. He checks the status window, and yikes, the level is absolute garbage. Grinding is the only way. Just then a pack of hungry wolves appears. They aren't strong, but their speed is perfect for a quick performance test. Attack, he commands, but the wolves immediately shred the poor skeleton. He tries defense mode, but the wolves just destroy it all over again. Action mode. The skeleton starts breakdancing. Our hero is dying of embarrassment. Forced to solo them himself, he immediately tries to delete his account. Denied. He's stuck for 3 months, and he's still got that massive debt. Spotting a deep learning system, he starts a brutal training regime. Dodge or die. After some tough love punches, the skeleton finally weaves through attacks and wins. Proficiency up, level up. Our hero is finally making gains. Next stop. The Noob Hub Figus Castle players are everywhere soaking up that beginner energy. Just a few more days of grinding, and this dungeon is mine. Solo clear, easy money. Suddenly, he smacks right into a massive angry fellow. The big guy starts screaming for an apology. Our hero debates, just ending him right there. But before he chooses, the fatty throws a punch. Bam! A powerhouse intervenes, catching the fist and warning the bully to watch himself. Checking the gear and aura, he spots him. It is Shev, the top-ranked warrior himself, a legend from his past life. Meanwhile, the loudmouth tells the Titan to back off. He claims he is just getting, even since the kid struck first. What a liar. Then Shev unleashes a crushing aura. The bullies realize they just messed with a monster. People whisper. He is the Guildmaster of Red Bulls, a top 30 powerhouse organization. He is a battle maniac. Realizing they are outclassed, the thugs run away like scared puppies. The leader tells the hero to stay safe, but our protagonist just walks away coldly. I do not need help. Inside, though, he admits that the guy's pressure was insane. That strength felt like a mountain. But next time, he promises to be the one standing tall. He retreats to a cave, reflecting on the massive gap between him and the elite tier. Revenge requires overwhelming power. Suddenly, out of the shadows, a tiger monster lunges for his throat. Swish! The skeleton deletes the beast instantly. Ding, level 10 achieved in the blink of an eye. 3 whole days just for this. How frustrating. Then the system chimes in with a congratulations. It revokes his noob status and hands over the rewards for conquering the training dungeon. A war watch snaps onto his wrist. Now he can finally monitor his stats and game data. Time to level up. The system prompts him to distribute those precious status points. Normal necromancers boost intelligence, but he dumps every single point into raw strength. Even the skeleton starts crying in disbelief. He tells it that mana is overrated anyway. With max strength, he can pass down his ultimate combat skills to his bony apprentice. Training, he orders. Next, he marches straight into the local Raiders Association branch. It is chaos inside, with players fighting over quests. He pushes through to find a receptionist. The clerk warns him that the remaining jobs are too dangerous. Nobody wants them. Does he care? Not even a little. He snatches a quest right off the table. All clear, the Bima Mountain Cave. Reward a measly 10 gold pieces. Sounds perfect. The receptionist is confused by the low pay, but the hero knows a secret. Clearing this dull quest before level 15 unlocks a legendary super rare title. The title is Prospect. It boosts every single stat by a percentage. Absolute game changer. He grabs some gear and sets off toward the peaks of Bima Mountain. He blew his budget on the skeleton's gear, leaving himself with only a budget costume. He looks like a giant fluffy rabbit. Embarrassed, he decides to speedrun this immediately. Better clothes can wait. He sprints toward the cave, desperate to hide the ears. Meanwhile, another adventurer named Multi is wandering the same mountain for loot. While enjoying the raid, he suddenly hears a desperate cry for help nearby. A man points to his injured friend, claiming a monster nearly tore them apart. Multi pulls out a healing potion from his war watch. Suddenly, a blade strikes him. These are not victims, but thugs who lure players in to steal everything. After mugging the poor guy, they loot his war watch and hunt for fresh meat. Deep in the cave, the skeleton fights wolves. When they lunge, the hero switches gears. Armed with a sword, the skeleton carves through the pack. The system tallies the kills. He is thrilled. A sword turns the skeleton into a wolf-slaying machine. He plans to buy better gear, making the skeleton get all emotional. As they push deeper, an arrow thumps into the skeleton's skull. The hero is startled, but the skeleton remains unharmed. The thugs emerge with fake apologies, claiming they mistook it for a monster. Our hero plays along but sees the truth. They have multiple watches and blood-stained gear. He stares them down, telling them if they want forgiveness, they better hand over a mana potion. These scammers claim their pockets are empty, offering a friendly carry instead. Suspicious? As a pack circles, the leader whispers, "Is everyone ready for the setup?" Their plan: buff the beasts and launch a starving wolf right at our hero. We'll just play it off as a tragic accident. Typical low-tier villain move. The wolf strikes, but the skeleton moves like a god, ending it instantly. Terrified by that insane speed, the thugs desperately summon an entire pack. A thug strikes from the shadows, but our hero dodges with effortless grace. One limb falls and the counterattack begins. No mercy for these fools. Prayers for mercy fall on deaf ears. In this world, trust is a luxury. He doesn't gamble with snakes. Even all my items can't buy a second chance. 8 war watches. Talk about a jackpot, our hero's eyes are practically glowing. Finally, some decent gear. Meanwhile, his skeleton is still venting some undead frustration. Want a souvenir too? After some loot, even the skeleton looks quite relieved. Total lottery win. Selling these watches is like opening high-tier secret loot boxes. New goblin pants, a sword infused with ancient essence, and a fresh skill book. He crafts a specialized face mask designed to record every epic moment of gameplay. Flashback. He knew a Haho mask would break the internet in his past life. He pumps power into the mask. From now on, no one steals his glory. It's time to show the world. Next, stop the road to legendary status. He steps into the dark Bhima cave, where legendary werewolves are said to prowl. It's a death trap for most, but with his new gear, he's ready. Hours pass, and absolutely nothing. Is this some kind of sick, monsterless joke? No clear alert yet. But wait, why is his skeleton attacking the cave wall? One punch to the stone and boom, a massive hidden gate rumbles open. An instant dungeon. That's a 1 in a million rare event right there. Jackpot again. The zone shuts everything else down. It's a pocket dimension of pure danger. High risk, insane rewards. The rule is simple: clear the stage or die. A moment of hesitation, then he steps forward. Let's see what's inside. He awakens in a ruined coliseum. Then a massive, corrupted wolf beast emerges. Crashed into a wall already, our hero just wipes the blood and grins. Corrupted boss. Finding a quest target this early is pure golden luck. Ready to hunt, he and the skeleton launch toward the beast in unison. His blade glows with a dark curse, shearing right through the monster's flesh. 10% stat drop. The curse is eating away at the beast's power. But the beast's rage is boiling over. It lunges with even more ferocity. Time to go all out. Slot on. A massive magic circle erupts. The legendary warlord power drawing strength from the world itself for a boost. It's the ultimate mode, a transformation unique to every warrior's soul. The werewolf's claws are a blur, yet he dances through them effortlessly. He can't find an opening against that speed, but his spirit won't break. There. A tiny crack in its defense. He delivers a devastating chest blow. Werewolf roars, shattering the earth and sending our hero flying back. The beast leaps for the kill, but the skeleton intercepts, severing its arm. Now, let's show him that combination move we've been working on. A whirlwind of blades shreds the beast. Then the system chime finally rings. System alert, our hero successfully slaughtered the savage werewolf. His skeleton's skill hits rank E after crushing that beast. Loot drop. He scores rewards including the rare corrupted tracker necklace. His jaw drops. This shiny trinket is actually a super rare find. Ding. The system registers 3 brand new titles for his collection. Say hello to promising rookie hero, challenger, and corrupted tracker titles. Weird, that last title is the key to the Count Corruption quest. This is Warlord's main plotline, and the rewards are absolutely legendary. He barely reached chapter 4 before, but now he's ahead of schedule. Total jackpot. He logs out and catches the latest gaming news. Top guilds on TV are bragging about reaching the final chapter. They're aiming to crush the Count Corruption scenario in 3 months. Buzzkill. His big achievement feels tiny compared to these pro players. Joining them now is pointless. He'd get 0 rewards at this stage. He decides to ditch this round and aim for the next expansion. Wait a minute. This massive hype might be his golden opportunity. Currently, the entire world is obsessed with the Count Corruption arc. It's Warlord's first main quest, and people are dying for a win. If he uploads his footage now, his views will surely skyrocket. Thank goodness he recorded everything. It is time to go viral. Quality matters, so he contacts Romani, the legendary god-tier editor. In his past life, everyone hailed her as the editing goddess. While relaxing, Romani receives a surprise editing request from our hero. She assumes he's just another level 15 noob trying to flex. The footage stuns her. She accepts the job without a thought. Soon, a powerful veteran player spots the viral video online. She barks at her assistant about this crazy new quest footage. Soloing a corrupted werewolf at level 15. That is insane skill. The assistant shrugs, claiming they have already seen the boring clip. He insists it is nothing special since the werewolf's level was low. He's not buying it. She loves the video and demands the boy. Plot twist. She is Thunder Queen Sir, his murderer from before. Morning comes and his video is officially blowing up the internet. In his past life, these views would have taken several months. He checks his feed and notices another shocking development. The mysterious editor actually messaged him first talk about a miracle. He's already thirsty for more, asking for his next video. Our hero hops back and brainstorming his next viral mission. Finding another beast like that werewolf won't be easy to repeat. Meanwhile, the pro player Shev is glued to the viral video. He's floored by the skill as his teammate Yell approaches. He tells her this new kid is taking the world by storm. She's bored, but he explains how realistic the boy's movements are. Most noobs are usually too timid to move fluidly in VR. This kid's skeleton control is god tier. Yell reminds the Red Bulls leader they're live in 5 minutes. With 200,000 fans watching, the 9th ranked pro must lead his team into the dungeon. Meanwhile, our hero hits up Figgis Castle's Raiders Association but finds 0 quests. Suddenly, an old man recognizes him as the legendary adventurer who conquered the Bhima Mountain Cave. A mysterious elder corners our hero. "I saw what you did with that cave mutant," he whispers. He fears the corrupt one's dark influence has tainted the beast. The mastermind is unknown, but their aura is driving monsters into a frenzied rampage. Countless adventurers have already met their end. Hearing about a juicy bounty, our hero jumps. "I'll give my all to catch this villain." The old man wavers but yields to our hero's desperate demand for the hidden quest. He directs him to a Himri, a legendary master residing within Bangsu Castle. With a recommendation letter in hand, our hero speeds away. Easy quest right. Pure hype. Not only is it a delivery, he might become a Himri's student. That NPC is a legend, one of the 7 disciples of the great mage Bokahan. Mages crave his rare skill books. But wait, our hero remembers a vital chore first. He retreats to the woods and summons his bony best friend. Time to unbox rewards. He uses a werewolf skull to power up his skeleton. Next up, the necklace of the corrupted tracker. So shiny. Equipping it boosts his stats massively. Then he casually drops 2 more skull heads. Boom. 2 fresh skeletons rise to join his undead squad. Listen up, we fight as one team. Squad goals achieved, they move out. A level 25 bear charges. Our hero sidesteps the beast with effortless grace. Go Bones. The bear just swats the poor skeleton like a fly. How awkward. Aim for the blind spot, he barks, trying to look tactical. Skeleton number 2 charges blindly and gets yeeted. This mindless behavior is driving him insane. Maybe the 3rd time's the charm. Our hero watches with bated breath. Nope, another swat. Sighing, our hero steps in and finishes the bear himself. Listen, you boneheads. Monsters focus on what's right in front of them. Flanking is key. He notes that the corrupted tracker necklace is seriously carrying him. His rank up allows a triple skeleton summon a massive power spike, but there's a catch. Individual skills are great, but their teamwork is absolute 0. They have 0 coordination and struggle to act as a proper unit. Regardless, he's finally hit level 20, right on schedule for his grand plan. YouTube will have to wait. He plans to train all the way to Bangsu Castle. Over at Bangsu Castle, a massive crowd is causing a scene. A player exits the boss room and gets swarmed. What quest did you get? Our hero sneers. Leeches. You find them in every game, don't you? These lazy players wanting shortcuts are the worst. Suddenly, some guy asks him for spoilers. He ignores the losers and shows his recommendation from Figgis Castle to the guard. The guard nods and grants him exclusive access to the boss room. The crowd tries to rush in behind him, but the guard shuts them down. Anticipating a fat reward, he enters, only to find a mountain of skill books. Who goes there? The boss booms. Our hero silently presents the letter. After a quick read, the boss drops Bone Armor and Madness Helm Jackpot. These are high-tier treasures. Your duty is done, the boss states. Now be gone. But our hero isn't leaving. Please give me one more task. Anything. Fine. Go fetch an egg from a nest. Our hero's face falls 0 reward. Elsewhere, a knight clad in insanely expensive gear rolls into town. Scanning the square, the knight mutters, "So this is where that boy is." The legend of the Heiho mask begins. Our hero storms out of the boss room feeling totally ripped off. He expected a world-changing story quest, but got stuck on a pathetic egg-hunting errand instead. 0 rewards and 0 peace. Suddenly, a mob of greedy players corners him, demanding his secrets. Just as panic sets in, a mysterious knight charges through the crowd, clearing a path. The knight requests a private chat. In a secluded alleyway, he offers a surprisingly humble apology. He reveals his face, and his high-tier gear screams elite ranker to our shocked hero. Are you the Heiho mask? Sensing danger, our hero prepares his ultimate poker face. He acts completely clueless, wondering aloud just who this famous Heiho mask could possibly be. The knight probes about a Himri's quest. I don't leak information, our hero snaps back. He shuts down the interrogation, even daring the knight to draw his sword if he wants a fight. Impressed by his sheer nerves, the knight retreats. Our hero quietly slips away into the shadows. A female ally emerges from the gloom, whispering that this kid doesn't look like a legend. Should they keep watching, their corrupt count mission is finally entering its endgame phase. It's too late for rivals to act now. Still, the knight mentions the mysterious nest egg quest. That nest egg is a vital main quest. They cannot afford any reckless or unnecessary risks. They head back to their posts, while our hero watches their military-grade coordination from above. Their perfect synergy reveals a truth. These guys belong to a massive professional organization. Ordinary guilds brag about their names. These pros stay silent, hiding their true identities. They are far from average players. Shaking it off, he returns to his skeleton training grounds. One thing is absolutely certain, there is more to this egg quest than meets the eye. They must have seen his viral video. That is how they tracked his every move so easily. He knew a Himri would call, yet the true nature of this quest remains a mystery. Future clashes are inevitable. It is time to go dark and stop uploading all videos. He must vanish to avoid them. Why does everyone insist on messing with his grind? Dealing with that thug lady was enough trouble. Meanwhile, the Queen of Thugs logs off. Her assistant asks about the guild entrance exam. Everyone was pure trash, she spits. Any updates on Heiho Mask? Apparently, the mysterious brat has finally joined a guild. Still no response. Her rage boils. She orders her assistant to report back immediately. What about the president's response? Silence. Not a single word from the man at the top. He remains silent, only because his star warlord is performing like an absolute beast. She changes, remembering when he tried to forcefully arrange a marriage for her before gaming. Enough nostalgia. She demands a fresh batch of applicants by tomorrow morning. The assistant freezes in shock. Meanwhile, our hero trudges into the murky, dangerous swamp. Since a Himri is at Bangsu Castle, the quest objective must be hidden nearby. It is an egg hunt. That means searching for birds, reptiles, or creepy insect monsters. At his current level, the lizard swamp is perfect. Time to summon the undead squad. These monsters are high level. It is time to test that new enhancement skill he unlocked. He triggers the Madness Helm. His skeletons sprout horns, radiating a terrifying demonic aura. Time for a power test. He commands his own summons to attack him first. A skeleton warrior lunges with a roar. With one punch, our hero sends its head flying. That was a bit harsh. Suddenly, a pack of hungry lizardmen emerges from the muck. Wipe them out. His skeletons move like a blur, dropping 3 monsters in seconds. Now, that is efficiency. His experience bar rockets as he revels in the grind. The week-long hunt begins. They will scour this wasteland until they find that egg. If it is not here, they will move. But from the trees, a girl named Ilya watches. She knows her face is a total cheat code for an easy life. When she trips into the muck, her simps rush to her aid. How pathetic. Her leveling slave died instantly, leaving her alone and filthy. Trapped in a high-level swamp, every step is a dance with death. Time for a trick. She shreds her clothes, acting the wounded damsel. She begs for help, but our hero ignores her and keeps walking. Her ego is crushed. How could he ignore a top-tier beauty? As skeletons crush monsters, the hero notices his stalker is still trailing. To him, she was just a noisy distraction not worth the time. Since she's persistent, he decides to settle this annoyance right now. He claims her sword fell in the swamp and begs for recovery. He agrees, but only if she vanishes forever after this last task. At the swamp's heart, he commands his skeletons to fetch the blade. She sneers, believing a necromancer is nothing without his undead pets. Seizing the moment, she prepares a lethal strike against his unguarded back. Prediction failed. He dodges effortlessly and tosses her straight into the slime. Fuming with rage, she screams that her personal guards will kill him. Look behind you. Lizardmen emerge and tear the goddess to shreds. He knew her motive. No more being a sucker in this life. With the trash cleared, he orders his summons back to work. A system alert chimes the treacherous girl has officially been eliminated. To his surprise, her death fuels his progress with bonus points. He dismissed her bodyguard talk as a bluff. Who would follow her? Fatal mistake. Her true guards are lurking thirsty for cold revenge. A guard lunges. The hero counters, dealing a devastating soul-crushing blow. Why die for her? She wouldn't give you the time of day. It is for love, he cries. The hero's blade ends that delusion. Scammers and simps, what a tiring combination for our main character. Her threats were real. Now he is a magnet for every lunatic around. Between missing quests and obsessed stalkers, his stress is hitting the ceiling. He considers spawn killing her, but realizes it is not worth the trouble. Loot secured, he gains goblin boots and a rare necklace of promise. 800,000 gold. This drop is a winning lottery ticket. Just as he celebrates, another vengeful bodyguard leaps from the shadows. These guys are walking treasure chests. The hero grins, welcoming the loot. Wait, that is too many. Facing an army, he chooses a tactical retreat. Hold the line, he commands, ordering his skeletons to stall the horde. It is useless. A high-level guard cleaves through his army like paper. They are way out of his league. Time for a real escape. Sprinting into the unknown, he enters a forest that feels ancient. He discovers a black swamp, a hidden zone he has never seen before. A wicked plan forms as the bodyguards close in on him. In the mire, his skeletons are dancing. The bait is set. Enraged by the mockery, a guard leaps to crush the bones. A dragon lizard erupts. This level 40 boss is a 20-man party killer. He remembers that dragon lizard raid ended ages ago, so this beast shouldn't be here. But he knows if a player with the right quest arrives, the monster magically respawns. This lizard's presence proves it. This is exactly where the Himri questline begins. He grumbles, annoyed the boss, sent him to face such a terrifying creature. But with a solid team, even this oversized gecko should be easy to handle. As the bodyguards try to retreat, our hero decides they won't escape so easily. He triggers his skeleton's madness mode, ordering them to block the guard's escape path. Suddenly, the lizard chomps another guard, sending the rest into a total panic. Seeing the chaos, he seizes his chance and sneaks toward the nest for the egg. He reaches the massive nest only to find it completely empty of any actual eggs. Searching carefully, he finds an egg-shaped rock, just as the system notifies him. His skeletons are toast, the lizard is returning, and it's time to leave fast. Narrowly escaping the beast's return, he realizes he has no other choice now. Just bring this stone to the boss. Staying here longer is way too risky. He collects the guards' watches, laughing about how Warlord attracts such weird people. This game is wild. Total player freedom really brings out the absolute lunatics. He tells the fuming guard he was just joking around, but he has limits. One more chase and the gloves come off. He won't be playing nice. He vanishes, thinking if they chase him again, it will be all-out war. Reaching Bangu Castle, he presents the mysterious egg-shaped stone to the big boss. He prays it's the right item. He's not searching that scary map ever again. The boss inspects the rock, confirming it's exactly the prize he was seeking. The hero is shocked. The boss admits he didn't expect such a fast victory. I gave it my all, he claims, immediately asking for the next quest. The boss explains his research, asking if the hero knows what he's holding. This object always appears wherever mutated monsters are wreaking total havoc. They call it the Corruption Stone. Now he knows why that knight was desperate. It's clear now. This stone is a key item tied to the main storyline. That knight wanted it for himself to control the game's ultimate future path. He thought this quest was a total scam, yet it leads to the main plot. The boss knew it was tough, but they're facing a truly godly power. Testing his resolve, the boss asks if he's ready to fight the corruption. Joining the main quest is a rare, once-in-a-lifetime shot at greatness. He's ready to risk it all, but the boss warns him of the danger. This isn't for beginners. Ask me nicely, the boss says, and I'll accept. He agrees, and the system confirms the Egg of the Nest quest is finished. He earns the Him Disciple title, but must reach level 40 to continue. He sighs, feeling scammed. Meanwhile, other players gather at the lizard's lair. They've killed the boss. Amidst the cheering, a guild senior approaches the knight. He thanks the knight for helping them butcher that annoying dragon lizard. Without his elite help, they'd be dead meat. They're glad it's finally over. He heard about paid helpers for raids, so he called the knight for backup. When the gold is handed over, the knight realizes the payment is totally wrong. He feared Heiho beat him, but since the lizard lived, he failed. But searching the nest, he freezes. The corruption stone is gone, our hero's home. At last, his days of pathetic struggling are officially over. Flush with cash, he envisions a legendary feast to celebrate his success. But reality bites. After converting his points, bills, and rent devour everything. His dreams of a gourmet meal crumble into bitter frustration. Just then, his editor pings, "Is he quitting?" He totally forgot to update her. Uploading is impossible, while those high-level assassins are hunting his head. But who fears assassins when his stomach is screaming in pure agony? Hunger conquers fear, as he decides to focus only on survival. Driven by sheer desperation, he dives back into the forest of the dead. This creepy zone is perfect for farming experience points and viral horror content. Time to grind. He rallies his bony squad for the hunt. Using the boss's gift, he summons a skeleton magician to join them. Suddenly, a horde of level 33 undead crawls from the cursed soil. His skeletons freeze in terror, but he barks a command to attack. Listen up. These rotting freaks don't play by the usual rules. Their basic combat instincts are completely useless in this graveyard. Quit hiding. We have a strict grinding schedule to keep. A skeleton strikes a zombie's arm, but it doesn't even flinch. Standard slashes are useless against these walking corpses. He whips out his mage hammer and pulps a zombie's skull. Always aim for the head if you want them to stay down. Today's goal: slay 100 undead. In exactly 100 minutes. Fail, and you're staying here forever. The skeletons suddenly fight like demons. In just a heartbeat, levels are soaring as his bony recruits finally master their weapons. They're performing far better than he ever expected, but then a massive undead warrior erupts from the earth. A rare spawn. Get him, boys. We're having grilled meat tonight. They strike as one, but the monster's axe shatters the terrain. Massive shockwave sends the entire squad flying backward. Lucky he targeted the arm, any other hit would have been fatal. Seeing the opening, they launch a desperate all-out counterattack. The beast collapses, but tries one last sneaky strike from behind. Boom, the skeleton magician's fire magic finishes it just in time. Golden light shines as the system confirms a massive experience gain. Before he can even catch his breath, alert, the field boss is enraged and heading straight for them. A magic circle glows as a golden multi-armed monstrosity descends. It's the forest boss, a terrifying first-class mage. Wiping out those underlings must have triggered this hidden encounter. If he wins this, he'll hit the ultimate loot jackpot. He turns to his squad, but they've already vanished. Out of mana, he's drained and forced to face the boss alone. Time for a trump card. He activates his Warwatch's power. He charges through fireballs, shattering the boss's hands to stop its magic. But the monster roars in fury, unleashing a catastrophic secret skill. Blasted back, he desperately tries to recall old attack patterns. With no choice left, he must give it everything he's got. No time to strike back. He has to find a gap in its defense. Before he moves, the beast's massive hand snatches him right out of the air. Stay calm, our hero still has one secret weapon left, the demon's curse. Skill activated. He breaks the grip and slams a devastating punch into its ugly face. A massive explosion rocks the dungeon as the boss is instantly turned to dust. System alert experience points are raining down on him like a total jackpot. New title, Skeleton Destroyer. Finally, he can breathe a sigh of massive relief. Status check. He's level 36 now, with mana sitting at 141. It's a bit low, but that's what happens when you ignore your stats. Fast leveling got him here. But can he really survive on just titles alone? With new skills to juggle, he'll need more. He even buffed his skeleton bros, though that feels pretty useless now, since they've all been wiped out. Whatever. He sends the raid footage to his editor and aims for level 40. Meanwhile, the lady editor is absolutely losing it over his insane gameplay skills. 0 hits taken against a higher level boss. This guy is a literal gaming god, and he did it without any practice. That's just pure terrifying natural talent. She picks a legendary title and hits upload. Time for the world to see. Back at Bangsu Castle, our hero returns to the boss stronger than ever before. The boss is stunned. He looks like a hobo, but where's my reward, he demands. He's handed the osteology skill book. Wait, this is a super rare necromancer skill. You can't find this in stores. It cuts skeleton mana cost by 10%. Plus he gets an extra skeleton. Then comes reward 2, the corrupted tracker's ring. The boss used the hero's corrupted stone to forge this dark, powerful accessory. Incredible, this legendary ring is only for those who clear the main quest first. But wait, you want it, the boss taunts. Then catch me if you can. Game on. The hero lunges forward with speed that would make a ninja jealous. Moments later, he walks out of the castle, rocking that shiny new ring. New quest, he needs to find an agent named Migi at Soryu Castle. That area is high-level territory. Time for some serious grinding before he heads out. While he's planning his next move, a message from his editor pops up. The video is live. Go check the stats. You're not going to believe this. He checks the views and boom, over 2 million hits in no time at all. Guilds are throwing money at him. The donations are stacking up like crazy. He's rich. Finally, he can afford every delicious meal he's ever dreamed of. Just as he's logging off, a massive 10,001 donation appears. It's from the Thunder Hunter Guild, and they want him on their team. Wait. That guild leader is the same thug lady who killed him before. He remembers her trying to recruit him in his past life too. How ironic. He starts to say no, but remembers that rejecting her started their rivalry. That one mistake made her his enemy. Why was she always so persistent? His old team said she's top 30 and loaded. You're lucky, they claimed. He didn't care then, and those same teammates ended up betraying him anyway. He won't be blinded by cash. He summons his skeletons and moves forward. Elsewhere, the thug lady is clearing monsters when her lackey hatch shows up. No leads on the corrupted count. She won't let Hydra Guild steal the glory. The quest line looms ahead. He tells her not to worry as they prepare for the big meeting. They are facing the top 30 guild leaders. She scoffed, calling them a bunch of useless losers. She struts off to face the seniors. Meanwhile, our hero tallies up his hard-earned gold. Debts gone. Rare skill books bought. Bank balance, sadly back to a big fat 0. Chilling with his skeleton squad, he cracks open a book. It is time to level up. Ding, new skill acquired, skin grafting. His defense just got a massive, slightly gross boost. Time for a test drive. He grafts on a skeleton horn for that sweet extra power. He slashes his hand with a blade. Not a scratch. Next up, another legendary skill book. Sloth's Curse unlocked. He casts it on a skeleton to see if it really slows things down. The skeleton crawls like a snail. Finally, the main event summon golem is now his. The ultimate prize. With a roar, a colossal golem bursts forth from the trembling earth. Meet the new best friend. Our hero knows a necromancer without a golem is just a hobbyist. This beast is raw power. Even cooler, it has copy mode to mimic every move he makes. He throws a punch. The golem does nothing. Is this thing broken or just lagging? A few seconds later, the golem finally punches. Turns out this big guy is just slow. It is a delayed reaction. Elsewhere, the guild leaders are gathering for a very tense summit. Leading the pack is Nurgle of the Ares Guild. He welcomes the few who actually showed up. Shev from the Red Bulls is here alongside Berg, the leader of the ironically named Big Smile. Lastly, the tough as nails Sir 1. Only 4 leaders out of 29. Talk about a bad turnout. The Red Bull leader scoffs, the others are cowards. Ares kicks off the meeting regardless. Usually these guilds are at each other's throats. Seeing them together is a true miracle. The Hydra Guild found the corrupt count. Their final raid is set for 1 month from today. This is bad news. No other guild is even remotely ready to challenge that boss yet. Berg fumed. If Hydra wins, they will own every main quest from here on out. Sir 1 spoke up. If you guys are scared, then just get out of the way. Berg tries to snap back, but the others step in before a brawl breaks out. Infighting only helps Hydra. To stop the monopoly, Ares proposes a desperate temporary alliance. He wants a 4-way team-up until the corrupt count is finally put in the ground. Full intel sharing is the deal. Surprisingly, everyone agrees to the terms. Alone in the shower, Sir 1 broods. Her guild cannot even handle a Chapter 1 boss. Dependency is a bitter pill. She is stuck playing the waiting game for now. If Hydra wins, she is finished. Time to play it cool and hide her true intent. She calls her staff. Eyes on Hydra. Every move they make must be reported instantly. That count is hers no matter what. Back at Suryu Castle, our hero checks in. A senior drops a bomb. He is heading to Boru Forest to find the missing Agent Miji. Search every inch. The hero freezes level 70 monsters in that death trap. That is why we picked you. But beware, decline this, and you will pay the price. Lose the quest. Lose your title. The hero slumps in town, feeling completely overwhelmed. He checks the logs. Find Miji, finish the job. It sounds like a suicide mission. If he backs out now, he is booted from the main quest line forever. Skipping levels finally caught up to him. Usually these quests should have been impossible. Somehow he survived until now. But a level 60 quest, this is getting ridiculous. While he mulls it over, he eavesdrops. Someone is gossiping about the famous Hydra Guild. Will they actually clear the main quest? If they do, they will be absolute legends. Everyone else is struggling. But if Hydra succeeds, what happens to the rest of them? If that corrupt count falls, every main quest resets. Hearing this, our hero's light bulb finally flickers on. No need to sprint to Boru Forest anymore. Elsewhere, 2 goons from the Hydra Guild are lurking. Peering through telescopes, they eye the castle. One grunts that their endless mission is finally almost over. Days of spying have left them wrecked. He's already dreaming of the fat loot for toppling the count. His partner snaps at him to focus. Their only job is keeping eyes on that corrupt count's fortress. One slip-up and the intel leaks. Right then, a wild Kim from the Red Bulls Guild appears. The Hydra duo jumps in shock. What's a Red Bull doing in this neck of the woods? Kim casually explains he's just hunting the high-level boss nearby. He's on a mission to slay. After some playful mocking, he dashes off and pings his senior Shev on the private comms. 2 Hydra rats spotted, he reports. Shev nods, realizing their anonymous tip was actually legit. His girlfriend scoffs, having been sure it was just a troll. Why would Hydra leak this? Giving away top-tier intel for free. It's suspicious as hell. What's their real game here? Maybe they just hate their own guild. Kim asks if he should start tailing the 2 spies. Ev says no. If that's really the castle, the Count's entire army will be crawling all over. Suddenly, Ha Hui, the Thunder Hunter's princess, ambushes the informer from the shadows. Spill everything or die, she threatens. Meanwhile, our hero's golem is busy throwing hands in the wild. It's golem versus bear. As his skeleton crew cheers, the hero casually scrolls through his system windows. Still no emails. He wonders how to fix this mess without actually lifting a finger himself. Maybe he should just force the quest. He remembers the Warlord saga is split into several epic chapters. Chapter 1 is all about the corrupt Count. Once that villain falls, this entire arc finally closes. Every subquest will vanish. But let's be real, soloing the Count is a total suicide mission. Beating the timer is impossible. Honestly, he doesn't care who does the dirty work, just someone. That's why he leaked the intel to every major guild. He's looking for a volunteer scapegoat. But the silence is deafening, until a system alert pings. Someone is finally making a move. Hydra Guild just went live. Meanwhile, that noisy bear is really starting to ruin the vibe. One silent punch later, the bear is history. He checks the stream to see Hydra's elite. They brag about finding the Count first. Now they're hyping up the server's most anticipated raid. Raid kicks off in just 3 days. Our hero smirks at the screen. Right on schedule. It's earlier than planned, but he's not complaining. Everything is falling perfectly into place. I worry about Hydra. Those guys are way ahead of the curve compared to other guilds. They've got the pros. Once the Count is toast, his biggest headache finally disappears forever. 3 days to a life of luxury. Except, news breaks that Hydra's elite raid was a total disaster. Total wipeout, every single player died. Back home, our hero's jaw literally hits the floor. Ping now the Red Bulls are streaming. He watches as their leader, Shev, rallies the troops. The battlefield is resetting, meaning Hydra failed miserably. Shev looks his team in the eyes. If Hydra couldn't survive, we're in deep trouble. He admits their survival rate is looking pretty grim, but we're going anyway. The guild erupts in cheers, ready to face certain death for glory. He unveils a secret ally for the raid, the terrifying guildmaster of the Thunder Hunters herself. It's the Thug Lady. Our hero freezes in shock. Flashback to when Shev was with his squad. She appeared out of nowhere. Declaring war, Shev asked. She just smirked, no, let's be allies. Then why did your princess beat up my guy? She completely ignores the question with a grin. Straight to business, she heard rumors that Shev had the inside scoop on the corrupt Count. Shev tries to play dumb, but she reveals she already knows about the secret movements. Top guilds are already mobilizing toward the same target. The race for the Count is on. He hesitated, but she dropped a bombshell. The elite players are already converging on the castle. News of the corrupt Count had leaked to 30 powerful guilds. She mocked him, saying even a fool would notice a low-level nobody suddenly tracking a high-tier boss like the Count. She doubted the Hydra guild could finish the job, and the leader's shaky confidence said it all. Exposed Hydra's desperate rush just to claim the world first clear. But the corrupt Count is a nightmare quest boss. Sensing her motive, the leader demanded her real objective. Slamming her blade into the table, she proposed a temporary alliance to take the Count down. Cut to the present, where the unlikely duo clashes against the corrupt Count together. The Thug Lady carves through the initial wave, but the Count summons a massive horde. As the battle turns dire, the leader strikes his sword down to unleash his power. Monsters explode. He roars for the Thug Lady to charge the corrupt Count directly. The path is open. She lunges forward, weaving through chaos to reach the final enemy. The Count impales her with wicked spikes, but she doesn't flinch, ignoring the pain to strike. She shatters the spikes and delivers a divine/cleaving the corrupt Count in two. Our hero is stunned by her victory, but a wave of relief washes over him. After all, a dead boss is a dead boss, regardless of who took the glory. He scoffs that this is their final win, for he alone shall reign supreme in the end. Next, he skips toward the Bulkas Mountains, followed by his loyal clattering skeleton squad. His joy vanishes instantly when a mob of angry pig monsters starts hunting him down. Rewind a few hours, the mountain entrance was locked tight behind high-tech laser barriers. Access was restricted, but he knew Bulkas was the true starting point of the next saga. With Chapter 1's boss finally dead, the barrier was destined to fade away forever. He stepped inside, and Ping unlocked the first Explorer title immediately. He boasted about his time to shine right before level 60 pigs began their deadly pursuit. Sprinting for his life, he panics. How did these high-level pigs spawn so incredibly fast? Realizing rivals are already closing in, he knows every single second counts now. He shifts his skeletons to Helm mode for a counterattack, but the pigs annihilate them instantly. Panicked, he activates his Curse of Sloth, freezing those bacon-flavored monsters in their tracks. He has 5 golden seconds. Summoning his blade, he preps for a desperate strike. As he charges, a random monkey tosses a banana peel, sending our hero face-planting hard. Fuming at the monkey, he realizes the curse has broken and the pigs are charging again. Sudden arrows rain down from the sky, skewering the pigs before they can touch him. Confused, our hero looks up to find a mysterious archer checking to see if he's alive. Over in Suryu Castle, a player in radiant white mamba armor stops everyone in their tracks. Spectators whisper about the gear's insane price. Only a top-tier ranker could afford such luxury. This knight is the same man our hero met earlier, joined by his companion Michelle. The knight demands to know if she's finally unmasked the mysterious anonymous reporter. She sighs. No guild knows who leaked the intel. How could anyone know their true identities? Free intel for everyone. Insane. The knight then pivots, asking for any leads on Haho Mask. She scoffs the kid just uploads basic hunting clips. A newbie couldn't possibly be the mastermind. He asks about his next gig. He reveals he's heading to the Sweeper Guild for work. Moving out, he orders her to stay focused on tracking down the elusive culprit. Whoever they are, they'll pay for disrupting the delicate balance of this world. Meanwhile, our hero's mysterious savior escorts him to a secluded home deep within the woods. Claiming to be Himri's disciple, our hero can't believe he's actually meeting the legendary Mong. Mong is Chapter 2's key NPC. The old man notes our hero's potential with a smirk. He was once the Crown Prince's elite mentor, but a single tragedy cost him everything. Now he leads the rugged Bulkus Mountain Rangers as their seasoned captain. Thrilled to meet a legend, our hero is shocked when the ranger tells him to flee this wasteland. Our hero notes that despite the Count's demise, corruption lingers. He is here tracking the source. He asks the veteran ranger for any leads on the origin of this darkness. The captain suspects someone but lacks hard evidence. He invites the hero to help find the proof. Stunned by the request, a system alert pings. He has earned the title, First Bulkus Ranger Contact. Accepting the challenge, he asks for orders. His new quest, survey the local monster population immediately. Success promises 500 gold and the captain's valuable trust. Leaving the cabin, he is pumped. He smartly ignores high-level bears and boars for now. Instead, he sets his sights on some easy prey level 50 monkey monsters. Deep in the woods, a chaotic monkey is busy throwing bananas at every unlucky passerby. Our hero creeps up during the chaos. He strikes, but the agile primate blurs away with speed. The furry menace bolts. He gives chase, frustrated by the creature's agility and the thick trees hindering his blades. Seizing a gap, he hurls his sword. The monkey panics, but the blade only bites into timber. The monkey smirks, feeling safe. Little does it know the sword was just a clever ruse. He summons his gargantuan golem, one crushing backhand later, and the monkey is history. He declares open season on monkeys. Meanwhile, the Red Bull leader and his partner are giving interviews. Back at base, her ally praises her for taking down the corrupt Count all by herself. She dismisses the praise, crediting their victory solely to the overwhelming might of the Red Bull Guild. Secretly, she recalls our hero's viral clips. To truly dominate, they need his extraordinary talent. She orders a meeting with Hatch. Her aide scoffs, but the lady has a specific target. Back in the forest, his blade finally shatters under the strain of the relentless monkey massacre. He desperately needs an upgrade, but his pockets are as empty as a ghost town. He pivots to farming rare monster gems, drops crucial for crafting powerful gear with unique traits. These specific monkey gems are legendary components for making top-tier equipment. He commands his skeletal army to hunt every single primate until the forest is bare. Despite hours of grueling labor, the loot gods are silent. He is frustrated, but the grind continues. Suddenly, a heavily armored warrior appears, instantly identifying him as the famous Heiho mask. Seeing the elite fire lizard armor and massive orc blade, he marks this stranger as level 70. This warrior, Quixote, flashes some flashy skills before demanding an official one-on-one duel. He boasts about the hero's social media fame, planning to steal the spotlight by crushing him. Recognizing a pathetic clout chaser, he tries to leave until Quixote wagers 5,000 gold. At that price, our hero is suddenly all ears. Challenge accepted. Quixote smirks, convinced his natural talent makes him the rightful protagonist of every game. Yet in Warlord, he is a nobody. Then he hears the townsfolk buzzing about Heiho Mask. Infuriated by some random kid's online fame, a humiliated Quixote storms into the wilderness alone. He is fuming that a low-level scrub is trending, then he spots the celebrity himself. As the hero grinds, a wicked idea strikes Quixote. Film the beatdown and hijack the boy's fame. Suddenly, Quixote begins stripping off his elite gear, leaving our hero utterly baffled. He claims he wants a fair fight, ditching his equipment since the hero's blade is shattered. He lunges with bare fists, but our hero dances around his strikes without breaking a sweat. Enraged that he is not being taken seriously, Quixote screams and activates his booster skill. A devastating punch connects, but the hero doesn't flinch. It is time to end this game. Boom. A massive fist sends our hero flying. This guy's speed is totally insane. Wait, that movement. It's the warrior skill booster. He's accelerating like a freaking rocket. It's a short burst of godlike speed. In this state, winning seems like a pipe dream. A head-on clash is suicide. As he struggles up, the enemy charges again with blinding velocity. Time for a dirty trick. Pocket sand. The guy is blinded and completely wide open. He strikes with a flurry of kicks, 1, 2, 3, sending that fool flying back. Now witness his secret trump card, skill activation. His combat power is skyrocketing beyond limits. He lunges forward. The enemy freezes, realizing one hit now means instant game over. Mercy, I give up. He begs for his life, but the hero has one last gift. Bam! A tree shatters. I won, the hero smirks. Now where's my sweet, sweet loot? 5,000 gold handed over. The warrior unmasks, looking at our hero with total awe. You are a god. He presents the gold, and even offers his own precious sword. Wait for free. The hero is stunned. Take it as my heartfelt gratitude, the man cries. I chased fame and forgot true strength. But you showed me the way. Oh boy. Here we go. You are my brother now, he declares. But the hero isn't buying this sudden bromance. Get lost. One kick and a command later. The skeletons are tying him up like a turkey. Left tied to a tree and forgotten. Our crew marches on to the next adventure. This orc sword is a beast. No more wasting time on those weak monkey monsters. New gear is great, but greed is better. Maybe just one more hunt for extra loot. Even the skeletons are like bro focus. Finally, they head back to turn in the quest. 950 monkeys slain. The NPC is absolutely floored by the hero's grinding skills. 104 wolves and 76 lizards down. The investigation is moving at record speed. Next, stop the mountain peak. But beware, things are getting seriously dangerous up there. Look here, the NPC points. A terrifying bear warrior has been spotted in this area. They're 4 meters tall and decked out in heavy armor. This isn't your average fluffy bear. Where do they get their steel? Solve this mystery, and we'll find the traitor behind everything. Simple enough, hunt them down and bring back a weapon. It's showtime for our hero. Can you handle it alone? Even pro rangers are getting wrecked. The NPC is sweating bullets. Relax, I've got this. With total confidence, he steps into the chilling mountain shadows. Time for a shopping spree, boys. He pops open the system auction window like a pro. The skeleton snake set is mine. Boom. His stats are surging like crazy. Most of the gold is gone, but he grabs every powerful skill book he can find. He's still underleveled for the bear warriors, but this gear, it's a game changer. The skeletons are begging for treats now. Fine, I'll see what's on sale for you. And he's broke. The skeletons are heartbroken, but the hero promises them a payday soon. Next time, guys, look, moving wallets. Pig monsters just ahead. Go, my bony minions. Bring me the gold. The skeletons dive in for the kill. 1 pig left, and the skeletons are literally playing with it. Enough games, finish it. Zap. A laser beam steals the kill. What the heck? Who's sniping my mobs? 3 guys from the Apollo Guild strut out. Hey kid, who gave you permission to hunt here? They're bragging about being the strongest trio, but the hero, he's already drawing his sword. Instant KO. Our hero walks away without a second glance, leaving them fuming in the dirt. Help, we were humiliated. The message reaches the guild leader, and he is not happy. Capture that brat at any cost. Meanwhile, the hero finally enters the bear warrior's lair. The skeletons are posing for selfies again. Knock it off, we're in a boss zone. Listen up, this isn't a game. We're hunting a level 70 bear warrior, a beast with 3 deadly phases. Precision is life here. One wrong move and we're all toast. Feeding this monster is our golden ticket. We'll leapfrog right over the top 30 guilds in the main quest. I'm warning you, Rattlebones, one mistake on this mission and you're back to being calcium dust. But as the plan unfolds, the earth shakes. A massive bear warrior suddenly crashes the party. No time to waste, slot on skill activate, time to get serious. Elsewhere, Hatch from the Thunder Hunters stalks the Bulkus Mountains. He's desperate for another glimpse of the legendary Heiho mask. Hatch grumbles to himself. A high-level pro like him reduced to a common scout, babysitting a newbie's trail, until bam, a level 65 pig boss charges in looking for a snack. Fear, not a chance. With a snap of his fingers, fire magic turns that pig into bacon. Don't be fooled, he's a rank 5 elite in Warlord and a heavy hitter for the Thug Lady Guild. Back at the front, our hero stands defiant before the mountain-sized bear warrior. Flashback. Pre-regression, his entire guild wiped 6 times just trying to scratch this fuzzy tank. Failure is off the table. The lead in the main quest is at stake. Strategy check. Aim for the armor seams and strip that gear. Skeletons wait for my signal to strike. New skill time, muscle modification engage. Let's see if this hero can actually fly. Whoops. Controlling this raw power is harder than it looks. He's all over the place. Disaster. The bear crushes his skeletons instantly. Thinking fast, he hits acceleration and lunges at the beast. Crunch. The bear doesn't even flinch, but our hero gets tossed away like a ragdoll. Reality check. Modifying your muscles is a recipe for a very painful landing. But wait, it worked. One armor plate is gone. The bear roars, unleashing strikes that our hero dodges effortlessly. Eat this bone bomb incoming, a little explosive gift from the underworld. Kaboom. The dust clears, but the beast is still standing. Talk about a furry tank. Fine, no more, Mr. Nice Guy. Skeletons rise, time to show them what a real necromancer can do. Enter the golem, it's heavy metal versus heavy fur in an all-out brawl. The bear slashes, but wait, hardening technique. The bear's sword is now stuck fast in the golem's body. Checkmate skeletons swash and buck. Tear that beast apart while it's stuck. They shred the armor repeatedly. Skeleton mage, it's your turn. Light him up. The mage lets loose a firestorm. Only problem, our hero is caught right in the blast zone. Friendly fire. Staggering through the flames, he rains bombs on the beast. Finally, the mountain of fur collapses. System alert. Massive experience points gained and the gold. Let's just say he's rich now. Not bad for a solo run. This beast once humbled an entire guild. Now it's just loot. Soloing a boss. Just another Tuesday. Come on, boys, let's turn this in and start the next quest. Meanwhile, in a Bulkustown tavern, Hatch is drowning his sorrows in a lonely corner. Days of searching and zero Heiho mask. This mountain is bigger than his dwindling patience. Returning empty-handed means the Thug Lady's wrath. But searching this whole range alone, that's simply impossible. Suddenly, his heart stops. A direct call from the terrifying thug lady herself. She's actually being nice. She admits it was too much and sent reinforcements. The guild's Princess Hahi is here. Boom. Who needs a door when the princess prefers using explosives? Princess Hahi has arrived and she's furious. She scolds Hatch immediately. It's his fault. She had to come here. Meanwhile, our hero notices Bulkus is becoming a town. The secret is out. He hits his speed skill toward the NPC. Halt 3 goons from the Apollo Guild block his path. They want payback for their fallen brothers. Our hero is on a schedule. Just attack me all at once and let's get this over with. But instead of charging, the trio turns tail and sprints away, cowards. While the Thunder Hunter elites chase them, the princess nukes 3 enemies instantly. She then demands to know if he's the famous Heiho mask. He knows these 2 work for that thug lady. Their terrifying power from his past life still gives him chills. Smelling a recruitment trap, he plays the fool. Heiho, who never heard of him, he says with a straight face. The princess narrows her eyes. You're a terrible liar, she scoffs. Who in the Bulkus Mountains hasn't seen the viral video that Heiho mask guy has over 20 million views? The mage sighs, telling the princess to quit being so dramatic. He reminds her she just trashed a tavern based on a hunch. We're a top guild. How do we explain this mess? Under orders, the princess mumbles a half-hearted apology and retreats for now. The mage bows politely, but then bam! The princess suddenly plants a fist into our hero's face. He flies backward. The mage panics, screaming, "What is wrong with you? Why'd you hit him?" Thought he'd dodge, rubbing his jaw. Our hero threatens to file a lawsuit against their guild for assault. The mage pales. Wait, no lawsuits. Here's 1,000 gold if you just forget this happened. Money accepted. The mage literally drags the chaotic princess away before she can cause another disaster. While walking back, the mage snaps. Stop ruining our reputation. Every mission with you turns into a total circus. The princess is confused. Most people can't even react to my punch, but he actually tried to move. Back at town, our hero delivers the Bear Warrior's heavy armor piece to the quest non-player character. The old man shivers, warning of a dark shift in the mountains. You saved countless lives today, brave warrior. He unveils a stash of rare maps. Pick anyone you like as your well-deserved reward. I mapped these Bulkus mountain dens myself. Every single monster nest is marked right here, he explains. Jackpot. These maps reveal hidden dungeons overflowing with epic loot and legendary gear. Our hero is speechless. As he reaches for one, the man stops him. Wait, I have one more small favor to ask. Armored beasts are spreading past the mountains. He needs our hero to scout out the new danger zones. He accepts the quest, but his jaw drops when the man mentions the next stop. Pyong Forest, level 90. That's insane. He'll need to grind like crazy just to survive stepping foot in that forest. First stop, Sora Canyon. Time to hunt level 75 mobs and farm some much-needed experience points. He's got this. If he could take down the Bear Warrior, these canyon monsters don't stand a chance. Elsewhere, the mage calls the thug lady. I'm done. The princess is a walking disaster and impossible to manage. I want to help, but rumors say the Red Bulls have already locked down Sora Canyon, he reports. If the canyon is taken, maybe we should just stick to the main quest for now, he suggests. The thug lady finally gives the order, forget Heiho mask. Just pull back and return to base. She smirks to herself. Legends always meet eventually. Let's see how long you can keep hiding Heiho mask. Grind time. Our hero slays a level 75 goat smoothly, hitting level 62 in the process. Just a few more levels, and I'll be strong enough to tackle the horrors of Pyong Forest. Suddenly, an adoring mob surrounds him in town. Oh no. He's got a massive fan base now. He bolts. That Bear Warrior video went viral, and now being a celebrity is making his secret grinding impossible. Time for a stealth mission. He orders his skeletons to march straight toward the heart of Sora Canyon. At the canyon entrance, he freezes. The legendary leader of the Red Bulls is standing right there. Well, aren't you that rookie I met back in the beginner village? The leader greets him. He's impressed. Reached Sora Canyon in just a few months. Your growth rate is absolutely terrifying, kid. What's a top ranker like you doing here? Our hero asks. This zone is way too low level for you. Leader explains his guild claimed this territory yesterday to set up a forward base for the main quest. His main goal, he's hunting for the mysterious Heiho mask. Our hero sweats. The leader saw the Bear Warrior clip and knows Heiho mask must be nearby. While the leader keeps talking, our hero suddenly bolts into a dead sprint. He swears he is not Heiho mask, groaning as the persistent fans keep hunting him down. Grinding is impossible with stalkers everywhere, so he decides to find a secret hunting ground. He recalls that mysterious NPC map, certain it holds the keys to a hidden dungeon entrance. Unrolling the parchment, he smirks. A rare dungeon is tucked away behind a nearby waterfall. He dives straight in, knowing the gateway is submerged beneath the crashing icy waves. System alert. He has only 20 seconds to locate the gate before the opportunity vanishes. Lungs bursting, he spots the rift and slips through just as the timer hits 0. He arrives in a strange land, relieved to find not a single player in sight. Pure bliss. With no one to interrupt him, he begins exploring this untouched paradise. What legendary beasts lurk here? Given its rarity, he expects a truly monstrous challenge. Suddenly, a tiny slime appears. He feels totally embarrassed for expecting a massive dragon instead. Wait, looking closer, a flickering flame dances inside its gooey body. This is no ordinary slime. An elemental. In the world of Warlord, these mythical beings are rarer than actual gold. Their loot is legendary, providing the essential materials for crafting god-tier elemental equipment. Jackpot. He grins like a villain and commands his skeletal minions to swarm the prize. Suddenly, a level 70 salamander erupts, blasting him with a massive wave of fire. He dodges the heat. Seeing things get spicy, he triggers the Madness Helm's dark power. Using the orc skull, he transforms a basic bone warrior into a terrifying armored skeleton knight. With one command, the knight lunges its blade, singing a song of pure destruction. The monsters are instantly shredded. However, 3 more salamanders crawl from the shadows. The cold snap of his fingers, his knight mows them down like dry grass. Amazing. This single upgraded summon is a one-man army. This is the ultimate power leveling. Salamander Essence pays the bills. The loot value totally eclipses his expensive upgrade costs. He decides to repeat this process until his entire undead squad is high-tier elite. He pushes forward, aiming to crush the boss and reach the legendary Pyong Forest. An hour later, no boss, but he stumbles upon a mysterious instance dungeon rift instead. The unknown beckons. Once he crosses this threshold, it is a one-way trip to ruin. Failure means a 48-hour lockout, allowing his rivals to lap him in the rankings. No turning back now. Betting everything on his luck, he steps into the darkness. Stone sentinels line the hall, each one scarred by the strikes of a master swordsman. Amidst the eerie silence, he spots the boss knight looming atop a cold stone throne. Danger levels are peaking. He frantically orders his skeletons to form a defensive wall. Too slow. A blur of steel flashes, and his entire front line is shattered in seconds. His jaw drops. A spirit knight. This legendary nightmare shouldn't even exist in this zone. This creature is infamous for possessing the most lethal battle AI ever programmed. Memories of his past life flashed by this monster once annihilated his entire guild. History won't repeat itself. He summons his minions again and charges into the fray. Clang the Knight effortlessly parries both him and his senior skeleton like they are children. A sneak attack connects, but the blade slides through the night like it is hitting mist. A massive shockwave erupts, obliterating the trash skeletons and blasting the hero backward. Normal bones are useless. He channels his past life experience and prepares for a suicide mission. He dives in solo blades blurring, but the knight's speed suddenly hits another level. Blood spills as the knight lands heavy hits. Yet amidst the pain, he finds one opening. That is it. His senior skeleton lunges, severing the spirit knight's arm in one strike. Meanwhile, the Red Bull leader's girlfriend scoffs, claiming this hero is just another nobody hunter. Trash mobs, says the leader. But that boy's fighting style, purely terrifyingly unbelievable. In a game where pain is real, only 2 types of maniacs fight above their weight class. The reckless fools and the true-born warriors. Hero Mask is both. He even feels relieved when the boss severs the knight's arm. Suddenly, the spirit knight regrows a blade. Hero Mask doesn't flinch. He lunges for another strike. Before he connects the night craters, the floor triggering a massive earth-shaking shockwave. Impact be damned, Hero and Skeleton land a flurry of vicious slashes on the boss. Enraged by their persistence, the knight pounces. Hero blocks, but the force is overwhelming. A heavy chest strike sends him flying backward like a broken doll. As the knight executes a finisher, Senior Skeleton tanks the hit. Hero's rage finally explodes. He spams bombs at the knight, shouting that he only needs one final push. Smoke clears, and the knight is fine. Magic won't scratch an elemental monster, he remembers. The secret sauce skeleton fragments. He triggers them, summoning a bony swarm to pin the knight. The opening he needed, Hero leaps, delivering a barrage of blows until the knight shatters. Victory brings a mountain of loot and cold hard cash. He summons Senior Skeleton, who immediately starts a head count of the remaining troops. He praises his bony bros. But wait, why hasn't the dungeon kicked him out yet? Suddenly, a secret treasure room creaks open right before him. Inside, he finds a lore book, useless quest bait he'd already memorized before his regression. Feeling totally ripped off by the reward, he turns to leave. Wait, a glow signals a real prize. Soon after, he arrives at Pyong Forest. Feeling leveled up and ready, he declares it's time to start the main quest. He summons his skeleton army, all now fully evolved and battle-ready. Thanks to a new skill armament, he can now equip his summons with his gear. Imagine the power, but his monologue is cut short by 3 men appearing from nowhere. They're the R2 family, apparently. Hero ignores them and keeps walking. Savage, they beg for his attention. They're grinding for level 100, but the forest monsters are too brutal. They've searched for party members, but no one wants to carry these scrubs. One last time, they beg the hero to carry them. Hero beats them up instead. I walk alone, he says, leaving their hopes in the dirt. Stranded, they suddenly get a distress call from the Toon family they met earlier. Meanwhile, Hero runs into a massive ogre deep in the woods. He orders the skeletons to attack. They shred the ogre into monster confetti instantly. By the end, 55 ogres lie dead. After that night, these guys are just small fry. Confidence high, he refocuses on his quest to find those elusive armored monsters. Even after searching everywhere, there's not a single trace of them. Time is ticking. The top 30 guilds are definitely already making moves on the quest. Ask the R2 family, no way. Then boom. A massive explosion rocks the forest. He investigates and finds the armored monsters. They're currently busy pummeling the R2 family. In the chaos, the leader spots the boss monster barking orders at its minions. His teammates frantically spam fire magic, desperate to keep the swarm at bay. The Toon family is wiped out. They realize they can't handle this many monsters alone. Retreat is the only option. The leader knows their chances of winning are 0. Still, he vows to use every drop of mana to save the Toon family survivors. The leader charges into the horde, playing the sacrificial hero. He buys time for the Toon crew to escape safely. Suddenly, a monster's heavy fist sends the leader flying through the air. Just as the beast prepares to finish him off, our protagonist arrives out of nowhere. With one clean slash, the monster falls. The leader is shocked, but Hero Mask says he didn't come to save them. He just won't let anyone steal his precious experience points. At his command, his lightning-fast skeletons slaughter every remaining beast effortlessly. The leader's jaw drops. He has never seen a necromancer with such perfect control over his undead pets. These skeletons are clearly on a whole other level of overpowered. As the final monster dies, the system window pings with sweet, sweet experience points. He smirks. The real prize is still waiting, the big, ugly boss of this dungeon. The R2 family panics, sure the kid is doomed. Then they notice the boss monster's creepy black and red marbled eyes. It is a bad sign. This monster is a critical part of the main quest. They yell that corrupted variants are 3 times deadlier. No solo player could possibly survive this nightmare alone. Ignoring the drama, Hero Mask dives in, raining down a flurry of savage strikes. The monster roars in fury, but Hero Mask triggers a massive skill, deleting it instantly. The R2 clan is speechless. Ding, the system rewards him with a mountain of gold and a glorious level up. Time to turn this in and progress the story. But first, he needs to figure out the loot distribution. 20 black orcs and 1 elite helm ogre. The rewards are going to be massive. Usually, the first striker decides the split. Sadly, that chance already went to the R2 and Toon families. He remembers watching them struggle from the sidelines like a bored spectator at a movie. But when things got spicy, he couldn't resist jumping into the fray to secure the win. As he plots his next move, the R2 family walks up, showering him with gratitude for the carry. They even start snapping selfies. Then he casually asks how they plan on dividing the monster drops. The R2 leader turns to the Toon family senior member, asking if they want a cut. Before the old man can answer, the leader declares that Hero Mask handled everything, so he deserves the best rewards. Hero Mask heads out, declining their guild invitation for the second time. Some guys are just born to solo. Partying might be fun for a little while, but it won't make him the ultimate player. With 30 top guilds to crush, he orders his skeletons to move toward the next quest. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the thug lady finally puts down a bear warrior. Her subordinates, the princess and mage, finally catch up. They've got big news. 2 legendary guilds, Triple Wing and Big Smile, have officially started a war. It all started with some petty drama between high-ranking members during a high-stakes raid. Now both sides are burning massive resources in a total power struggle. The thug lady scowls. A full-scale guild war right now is going to ruin the main questline pacing. Then comes news that Hero Mask soloed a Helm Ogre. She realizes they need to pick up the pace immediately. She barks orders to meet NPC Ma Wang and grab the next set of missions. Back at Bangsu Castle, Hero Mask reconnects with his shady boss, Ah Himri. The boss is impressed by his flawless work and reveals the secret reward, the legendary secret order ring. It feels almost too easy. He remembers the mysterious NPC who first recruited him for this undercover operation. Knowing the ring offers god-tier stat boosts, he is more than happy to follow the boss's weird demands. The NPC explains that to truly join the secret order, he has to go through Ah Himri anyway. He is shocked to learn his boss is a high-ranking member capable of granting the official emblem. He literally has to do a handstand to satisfy the boss's eccentric request for that shiny ring. Loot in hand, the boss greenlights the next mission. This one is a one-way ticket to a brutal war zone. Standing at the fortress gates, Hero Mask takes a good look at the chaos ahead. The place is a nightmare where endless hordes of monsters pour over the castle walls. It is a timed survival mode, way deadlier than any raid. But more kills mean a much bigger payday. He's invincible and loving it. This forbidden zone has been his dream since before he reincarnated. His old guild was too cowardly. Now a hidden gaze tracks him, reporting his location to the shadows. Elsewhere, the Apollo Guild Master is fuming. His useless subordinates failed to capture our hero once again. For excuse, the Thunder Hunters crashed the party, turning a simple capture into a total disaster. Boiling with rage, the leader suspects a conspiracy. Is Heiho Mask secretly working with the Thunder Hunters? He rings up a big smile executive with a dark request: teach that brat a painful lesson. Why get involved? Because Heiho Mask insulted their pride and hasn't even offered a proper apology. The executive scoffs. Why should a top-tier guild bother with such a petty, insignificant ant? But then, Apollo threatens total financial ruin. Faced with zero funding, the executive's pride vanishes, and he agrees instantly. The call ends. He's torn between certain bankruptcy and a very dirty job for his guild. Attacking a hero ruins their image. Suddenly, the girl tracking Heiho Mask steps out from the darkness. She's a big smile trainee with a plan. She volunteers to eliminate the target herself. It's the perfect loophole. A disposable rookie handles the mess while the guild keeps its hands clean. She promises total success. Heiho Mask won't even know what hit him before he's erased. The battlefield gates loom ahead. As contestants gather, the castle captain steps forward to announce the rules. "Prepare yourselves," he shouts. "Beyond these walls lies a lawless wasteland teeming with bloodthirsty monsters. Once you enter, there's no turning back. The gates stay sealed for 14 grueling hours. Survival equals loot. But the real prizes are hidden in the special missions for elite monster hunts." Heiho Mask's assigned target, a blue giant. The reward, a legendary, one-of-a-kind, unique skill book. Even he's stunned. Unique skill books are the holy grail, granting powers that can change the world. These were myths in his past life. But greedy ears are listening, and they want that treasure. The gates creak open, and bam, he's a blur of motion racing into the chaos at lightning speed. His goal is simple, total monster annihilation before the others even realize the hunt has begun. The crowd erupts in fury. They won't let him hog all the glory and loot without a fight. Suddenly, the big smile girl appears offering leadership. "You're just a rookie," one man scoffs. Asterisk. Crack times. With one brutal strike, she sends the doubter flying. Her power silences the group instantly. "You want that skill book," she smirks. "Follow my lead, and Heiho Mask is history." Greed wins out. The mob follows her command, charging into the fray like a pack of wolves. From the shadows, Heiho Mask watches. He knows exactly what they're planning, a coordinated hit. How annoying, he sighs. He wanted a peaceful hunt, but now he has to clean up trash. No matter. Our hero already has a devious plan to deal with these persistent pests. The girl swells with pride. Leading this massive army makes her feel like a true queen. She's already dreaming of her promotion, and the moment the guildmaster finally acknowledges her brilliance, she's playing royalty in her head until a deafening roar shatters her fantasy. Reality is coming. Her jaw drops. An endless tide of high-level monsters is thundering straight toward her makeshift army. "Form up," she screams. But the thugs are paralyzed. This isn't a hunt, it's a total massacre. Then she sees him. Our hero is standing on a ledge, casually beating a massive drum. The realization hits her. He's using that drum to lure every monster in the zone onto them. The thugs are pleading to retreat as her master plan turns into a circus of death. "Hold your ground," she shrieks. "Kill the leader and the monster wave will finally subside." Boiling with vengeance, she ignores the monsters and charges straight for the man behind the drum. She strikes with everything. But he doesn't flinch. "Wait, do I know you? Your face isn't familiar." Ignoring the insult, she snarls. "I'm just here to eliminate the competition for that skill book." He swings his blade with a smirk, and she barely manages to parry the devastating impact. He's baffled. She acts like that legendary skill book is just total trash. Boom! He tosses a bomb, but she dances away like it's nothing. "Who's your squad?" he demands. Stone-cold silence. She smirks, telling him to solve the mystery on his own. Skill-activated heavy armor materializes as her power level goes through the roof. It's a dilemma. Crushing her means losing intel, but holding back might get him killed. Don't mind the skeletons. He promises his bony buddies are just here to watch the show. She charges with killing intent, but he parries her like he's swatting a fly. Ouch. Her rapid-fire punches actually start to sting. This girl isn't playing around. "Die for Hibben," she screams. Then tripped by a skeleton's leg. Talk about a clumsy climax. Hibben bingo. He finally links her to the infamous Big Smile Guild. Tap tap. He seals her in stone and asks, "Why is your guild stalking me?" Still nothing. "You're a smile lackey, right?" Her jaw drops. How did this guy read her mind? Benefits of a second life. Experience is the best teacher when you've lived it all before. He presses again. "What's the real beef your guild has with me?" He's clueless. "Just kill me," she begs. But he refuses. Wasting such talent would be a sin. Ding, a wild blue giant has appeared. Time for the main event to begin. Leaving her bound, he casually turns around to finish his real mission quest. Talk about awkward. He wrecked her plan and saved her life. Her pride is officially toasted. "Boss, I failed." The Big Smile leader panics if his top elite failed. Who is this guy? Meanwhile, in another corner, the Apollo Guild calls to gloat. Heard your boys got stomped by a rookie they mock. One leak and it's over. Their reputation would sink faster than a stone in the ocean. The boss is fuming. Meanwhile, our hero finds the blue giant and slays the beast. "I'm beat." That thing fought like a level 100 raid boss. Totally draining. Phew, at least those ambushers got themselves wiped out. Saved him the trouble of cleaning house. Lucky break, they would have swiped my loot. But seriously, why is Big Smile hunting me? He dives deep into his past life memories. Ah, the jealousy. His old guild rose so fast that 30 rival groups teamed up to crush him. It was her, that Thunder Hunter lady. Is she pulling the strings in this timeline too? Whatever, anyone blocking my path gets treated like a generic mob. No mercy, only loot. 138 hours left, plenty of time to turn this war zone into a playground. Into the depths, he charges forward hungry for more monsters and that sweet, sweet gold. Gate open, the survivors crawl out looking like they just sucked on 100 lemons. They're regretting every life choice. Following that girl's lead was a one-way ticket to failure. Look at that flex, he's swimming in cash while they're broke. Better luck next time, losers. Stalker alert, the Big Smile girl watches from the shadows feeling some weird heart-thumping vibes. MVP alert, the captain crowns him the top dog and summons him for a private chat. You're a beast, the captain cheers. Topping the charts and slaying a blue giant absolute legend. Things are getting chilly, frosty blue creeps are spawning everywhere just like that giant he squashed. Source, those cursed snowy peaks in the distance. That's where the nightmare begins. As the captain rambles on, he's describing the frozen kingdom. Our hero already knows the map like the back of his hand. Reward time, not yet, I've got a direct order from your big boss first, the captain reveals. New quest, head to the Urgel Mountains and find the legendary blacksmith. No rest for the weary. Urgel Mountains. That place is a death trap filled with high-level monsters. Here we go again. Beasts purged, behold his unique reward. What god-tier power lies within? System alert. Skill learned clay play. Stunned. Meanwhile, Thunder Hunter's lady rages. One blow pulverizes the entire forest. Raiders snatched our main quest monster. Who dares steal from me? They aren't even top-ranked players. Put a massive bounty on them. Blockade, the next boss spawn point. I'll slaughter every single one. Elsewhere, the thieves enjoy their loot. Should we wipe their guild next? Quiet. Don't risk our secret identities. Our senior knight arrives with orders. We balance the game from shadows. Remember the Hands Guild's sacred duty. That hero's quest speed is insane. They already sabotaged the top guild's progress. Stop chatting. Next mission begins now. Our hero analyzes his weird ability. Transform golems into any monster. Incredible. Flight and elite combat now possible. Evolution start. A blinding light explodes. Result, a pathetic, tiny, pocket-sized golem. Error, your rank is too low. Trudging toward Urgel, he curses fate. True legendary power requires endless grinding. Back to the main quest grind. Destination, the world's most famous blacksmith. A secret legend among elite craftsmen. Master of every epic tier item's soul. Empty, the forge stands cold and silent. Ambush, a devastating strike from behind. Health plummets, you're pathetic, he scoffs. Test. Why attack me like that? A brutal test, leaving him speechless. Notification. 2 legendary titles earned. Master, please grant me a task. Deliver this pouch to Beaheim Forest. High reward elven quests await him there. To appease elves, he drums awkwardly. Peak embarrassment. Then Pitbull Singh appears. A former top 100 ranker he defeated. Singh blushes. A love confession. What? Sprinting for their lives, our duo plunges into the thick forest to escape the chaos. The hero is completely gassed while the guy begs him to keep his cool, but the hero's blood is boiling. This entire disaster is 100% that guy's fault. First, he drops that insane public bombshell, and now the whole town is hunting them down like wanted criminals. I'm rejecting your confession, the hero screams. Stunned, the guy finally spills the beans on the real situation. A few months back, while hunting in these woods, a mysterious elf girl appeared before his eyes. It was love at first sight, but like a fleeting dream, she vanished before he could even speak. Since then, he's been camping out, interrogating every NPC and resident to track down his long-lost elven waifu. He scoured every corner where elves were sighted, but found nothing. Just as he was about to give up, he spotted our hero sniffing around for elves. That's why he pounced. He needs the hero's help to finally track down that mystical girl of his dreams. After hearing the full story, the gears finally start turning in the hero's head. He needs to finish his quest fast, and this weirdo is his only ticket to the hidden elven realm. Fine, follow me. They trek through the wilderness until they reach a magnificent roaring waterfall deep in the forest. According to his intel, this waterfall is the ultimate hotspot where elves are spotted most frequently. Monsters spawn around here too, the hero asks, surveying the area. Oh yeah, the big ones love this place, the guy confirms. Perfect time for the hero to start some high-level hunting. Suddenly, a massive level 90 snake monster slithers out from the shadows. Talk about a terrifying boss fight. The guy draws his blade, but the hero stops him. Relax, I'll handle this oversized worm by myself. He lunges forward, but wham, the snake sends him flying. The hero hits the dirt and starts wailing like a total baby. Just as the snake prepares to strike again, lethal arrows fly from the shadows, insta-killing the beast in one shot. The hero smirks. NPCs never fight back. When things get spicy, they usually just run away. This means those residents were saved by someone else. Right on cue, beautiful elf girls emerge from the trees. It was all a setup. The hero's pathetic performance was just a dramatic act to bait the elves out. He introduces himself, claiming he's here on behalf of the legendary blacksmith to enter the elven village. But plot twist, the elves aim their sharp arrows right at his throat. Liar, you're just a deceitful human. They scoff, insisting that the blacksmith would never trust such a shady character with an important task. Seeing the tension rising, the other guy steps up to apologize for the whole misunderstanding. He looks at the senior elf, confessing that he's been dreaming of her since their fateful encounter in this forest. Unbelievably, she blushes and accepts. She even offers to guide both of them straight to the hidden village. Watching this crazy scene unfold, our hero is absolutely speechless. Talk about some insane protagonist luck. On the way, the hero warns his friend about unpredictable elves. It's not just about her looks, the guy argues. For him, elves are the peak of fantasy. They represent the magic and wonder of the old-school games he loved. Exploring a world like this with companions like her was his ultimate childhood dream. You chasing a dream too? He asks. The hero just scoffs. Dreams fantasy. I don't have time for that nonsense. His only mission is to become the strongest player and crush everyone who ever dared to mock him. The guy warns him that chasing power for revenge might turn him into the very monster he hates. Rage explodes. The hero punches him hard. Shut up, only those obsessed with happy endings talk like that. Do you even know what it's like to struggle every day only for everything to be snatched away instantly? I don't care about your motives. Just shut your mouth and stop trying to preach to me. As they bicker, the elf shuts them down. Stop the noise. We've finally reached the entrance to the village. She explains that the village elder resides at the very peak of the tallest tree. Upon arriving, she presents the hero. Elder, this human claims to be sent by the blacksmith on an urgent mission. The elder looks him over. This seems like a job for the secret task force. The hero hands over the pouch. Immediately, the system pings quest complete time to collect those sweet rewards. But wait, inside the pouch lies an epic item, a legendary purification circlet that glows with holy light. It can wipe out any debuff instantly. The hero grins. The real game is finally about to begin. He's got to cleanse a tainted elf and unmask the shady mastermind behind this mess. He's betting everything that completing this job drops that legendary purification circlet. Wait, the senior elf just sends him packing, claiming the mission is already finished. Our hero's like, wait, no epic rescue mission, no using the item to save anyone. Senior just sighs. Apparently our main character is still way too much of a noob. Talk about a blow to the ego. Rejected just for having such a low rank. Time for a training montage. He charges into the forest to slay some mobs. He knows those thunder hunters are speedrunning the main quest like absolute madmen. They already crushed Helmro and are probably stomping through the Urgel Mountains right now. He's gotta grind faster. He should have reached level 100 by now. Thinking about Pitbull Singh's trash talk just makes him swing his sword harder. Oops, he's so drained he literally yeets his own sword away by mistake. Meanwhile, the other guy is busy clearing up the drama with the elf girl. She's like, just say sorry man, it's the easiest way to fix the tension. He agrees to apologize but finds our hero about to get jumped by monsters. One punch, he explodes those monsters into pixels before they can even blink. After the save, he awkwardly admits he's got something to tell the hero. The hero thinks it's a duel and commands his skeleton army to charge. Wait, a sincere apology. The hero calls off the Bone Squad just in time. If you're really sorry, get to work and help me grind these monsters. Mid-chat, more monsters spawn. It's time for an unexpected tag team battle. Days of non-stop hunting later, and boom, level 100 achieved at last. The guy needs to touch grass and logs out, leaving our hero behind. But of course he throws one last jab that gets our hero fuming again. Back to the senior elf. This time the old man actually looks impressed. Finally, the purification circlet is his. But wait, a new quest is already popping up. Where to next? The senior elf's answer. Heck if I know, kid. Great, no GPS. Finding the way is now entirely on our hero's shoulders. This map is huge. He can't just wander around like a lost NPC. Just when he thought the level problem was solved, more challenges keep piling up. He needs intel, but trading on the public market is like asking for trouble. Mentioning a corrupted elf would bring every thirsty player in the game running. But don't sweat it, our hero has a galaxy brain plan to find the spot. He suspects that the corrupted elf is busy building a massive monster army. His scheme, he starts buying up info on all the new monster spawn points. These clueless players will feed him data without even knowing they're being used. He'll just connect the dots and pinpoint the hidden boss's lair like a pro. As soon as the post goes live, his first informant appears out of nowhere. Hot twist, it's the leader of the Red Bulls Guild standing right there. Turns out the leader's girlfriend spotted the post while they were out adventuring. She's like, look, that hey-ho mask kid is asking for monster locations. The leader knows something's fishy. This isn't just about simple monster hunting. This kid is definitely chasing a bigger prize, so the leader investigates personally. Our hero is beyond frustrated. Why did this big shot have to show up now? He plays the clueless newbie card, but the leader clearly suspects something's up. It was all a massive misunderstanding. Now the leader offers a guild spot, plus a 5 billion won reward. Gold smells sweet, and our hero is greedy, but his pride is worth way more than any pile of cash. The leader ignites a terrifying skill, warning that if he refuses to join, he might not leave here alive. Unfazed, the hero shuts him down again. I won't rely on anyone else, he vows. I'll become the strongest alone. He leaves them with a chilling warning. When I reach the top, you lot are the first ones I'll crush. Perched on a cliff, the leader mentions, the Red Lake where monster spawns are hitting an all-time explosive high. The hero is skeptical. Why share such valuable intel with someone who is supposed to be a rival? The leader just scoffs at the idea. I don't even see you as a rival in the first place. His guild is the ultimate power. He only shared the news because he respects the boys' solo hustle. As the leader retreats to his guild, the hero tracks their logic. If they avoid elves, they're taking the dwarf route towards Salt Mountain. The leader mocks him before he escapes. That kid is nothing special, he tells his crew, looking back with a smirk. And yet, he can't help but wonder, how far can this lone wolf actually climb on his own? Meanwhile, the hero reaches Red Lake, with his bony buddies still feeling the sting of the leader's insults. He spots his skeletons splashing around, triggering memories of his old party, playing in these very same waters. Back then, he was the serious one, barking orders to focus on grinding, and hitting those level-up goals fast. Shaking off the nostalgia, he commands his undead army to stay alert and maintain a solid defensive line. Suddenly, a wild party appears. One warrior, 2 mages, and a priest are making a beeline toward him. He orders an immediate skeleton ambush. But before they clash, the group drops to their knees and begs. The hero is totally confused as the guys start pleading for his help, like their lives depend on it. They need help hunting a corrupted cockatrice. Why me? The hero asks. Can't you handle one overgrown bird? They introduce themselves as the second raid team for the Golden Brother Guild, a rising top 30 guild where they are treated like useless leftovers by all the elite members. The hero cuts their drama short. Stop wasting my time with sob stories and tell me what you need. They beg for his blade. If we fail, we're fired. But the hero isn't doing charity today. They offer 20,000 gold, but the hero just scoffs. That's pocket change. Find someone else. Desperate, they make a final offer. He gets to keep every single byproduct from the massive hunt. Now that's a deal, but wait. These guys were recently caught by the Apollo Guild for a loan. They had begged the Apollo leader to give them just one more chance to pay back their debt. The mission, kill the player Hiho Mask. They were terrified, wondering how they could ever beat such a pro. The leader hands them god-tier gear. Use these to wipe that boy right off the server map. He adds a final threat. Fail this mission and you'll rot in the slave mines forever. Trapped with no way out, the group realizes they have absolutely nowhere left to run. They hatch a plan, wait for the hero to fight the boss, then backstab him when he's distracted. Suddenly, the level 120 Plank's corrupted gray cockatrice emerges with a bone-chilling battle cry. The hero takes charge. I'll strip its armor, you finish it. He charges forward with legendary speed. The monster launches a feather storm, but the hero dodges every strike with absolute ease and style. Moving like a whirlwind, he strikes the beast's armor repeatedly until the heavy plates finally shatter. The team is stunned by his power. Armor's gone, only the helmet remains. The hero prepares the final blow. He leaps for the head, but the group unleashes a fiery betrayal, aimed directly at his back. The massive explosion vaporizes the corrupted gray cockatrice in an instant, leaving only a cloud of smoke. They cheer, thinking the hero is dead, but their faces go pale. Our hero is still standing. He saw the betrayal coming. Helpless losers don't have top-tier gear, unless they're planning a backstab. No more Mr. Nice Guy. He activates his ultimate skills and summons a tide of skeletons. Charging the thugs, he roars, time to pay for your sins. They try to cast magic, but it's useless. Jaw-dropping shock. The cockatrice is still breathing. While our hero handles the chaos the system pings, the corrupted elf is lurking nearby. His eyes lock onto her as she begins a desperate escape. Hold that beast. The hero commands his undead legion and thugs to stall the monster until his return. He plunges into the chase, realizing this is his golden opportunity. Capturing her now skips the grind and secures his top spot in the main story. Speed, skill active, yet the gap won't close. What on earth is going on? He rains down explosives. Massive booms rock the forest, but she dances through the flames effortlessly. Time's up. He plants a bomb at his own feet, blasting himself forward like a human rocket. He reaches her, but bam! The corrupted elf strikes herself and collapses. Talk about a plot twist. No time to waste. He slams the purification circlet on her, forcing her back to sanity. She hands over a mysterious letter. Ding. The system confirms the quest is successfully cleared. Just like that, she fades away, vanishing from the surface of the world. Tragic truth hits her life, ends the moment her sacred duty is fulfilled. Meanwhile, the thugs are getting absolutely cooked while the skeletons just stand there watching. Hero to the rescue, he summons a massive golem and squashes the bird like a bug. Thugs grovel in fear, confessing the Apollo Guild ordered his head. Why is a top guild wasting such rare items just to kill a newcomer? He needs to take decisive action before the situation turns even more deadly. Tax season, he demands their loot and a weekly debt of 1 million gold from each. Meanwhile, at the Big Smile Guild, the leader is relaxing in total bliss. Panic and Informer screams that the Red Bulls have just declared total war. The leader is stunned. The Red Bulls claim it's payback for messing with Haho Mask. Before he can blink, another messenger arrives with even more disastrous news. Those borrowed unique items, they've suddenly appeared for sale on the open marketplace. The seller, none other than the infamous Haho Mask himself. Deep in the woods, our hero remembers returning to the elf village elder. Quest complete, but the elder demands he leave the purification circlet behind. New mission unlocked. Uncover the secrets hidden within the fallen elf's final keepsake. That keepsake is definitely the mysterious letter the elf girl gave him. He opens it, but the text is absolute gibberish that no normal person can read. He needs a specialist. Enter Pitbull Singh, the only person who can read Elven script. He finds Pitbull living the dream, surrounded by a harem of beautiful elf girls. One girl pouts about love, and Pitbull gives the ultimate smooth talker response. What are you doing playing with all these girls? Our hero demands strictly. Pitbull claims it's just community service to keep the villagers happy and friendly. The girls protect their man, but Pitbull gently calms the situation down. He assures them the hero is a friend before translating the mysterious letter. After scanning the cryptic text, he deciphers Eagle's Watch as high ground and blue clouds as the forest mist. Read a book for once, Pitbull jokes, leaving our hero absolutely fuming. Alone in the woods, the hero feels awkward about the elf-human dynamic. Why do they love Pitbull? Suddenly, a level 110 Smogrian appears. One flash, one kill, but wait, is he even in the right place? He remembers Pitbull's warning, be cautious, as a top-tier guild rules here. The elite sweeper guild controls these lands. Suddenly, a mysterious figure named Anne steps from the darkness, warping the entire forest with his reality-bending power. The system screams a warning he's a corrupted comrade, linked to the main story. Anne lunges, but our hero parries and sends in the Bone Brigade. It's useless. Anne shreds the skeletons like paper. Rage, boiling over the hero, unleashes a flurry of strikes, but the wounds vanish instantly. The system delivers the crushing truth. Physical magic is powerless against this immortal foe. Heiho commands his skeleton mage to strike, but the enemy blitzes forward, crushing the summon instantly. As the tide turns, our main character struggles to fathom how to solo such an overwhelming monstrosity. Heiho Mask clashes with his fallen comrade, yet neither blade nor sorcery seems to leave a single scratch. Like swatting a pesky fly, the enemy brushes off every blow, leaving our hero utterly baffled by this power. Even in his previous life, such a foe was unheard of. This feels suicidal until he recalls his destiny. Driven by his role as the main character, he unleashes the Skeleton Fragment Madness Helm, summoning a bony army. Undead warriors burst from the earth as he launches the Curse of Sloth Corrosion Spirit at his target. Yet Heiho Mask underestimated him. With a few effortless swings, the corrupt comrade shatters the entire skeleton horde. Every skeletal soldier vanishes in one devastating strike. Our hero is frozen in shock by such monstrous strength, but the monster isn't done. He lunges at Heiho Mask, who barely manages to parry the incoming death blow. Realizing his summons are useless, he decides to settle this with his own hands and charges forward. The beast counters with savage ferocity, making it nearly impossible for our hero to land a clean strike. Steel rings against steel as they dance a deadly duet. Frustration boils within Heiho Mask as the stalemate continues. Suddenly, he summons a massive golem. The stone giant pins the comrade, giving our hero the opening he needed. He strikes with everything, but at that final moment, the enemy drives a blade right through Heiho Mask's chest. Blood sprays everywhere, yet our hero wears a chilling smirk. This brutal sacrifice was exactly what he intended. By placing a curse on his own body, he forces the comrade's movements to slow to a crawl. Heiho Mask surrounds the foe with skeleton mages, declaring that the real battle begins right now. With a snap of his fingers, a catastrophic explosion erupts. Exhausted, our hero collapses onto the scorched earth. Coughing up blood and gasping for air, a system alert pings. The quest has finally been completed. He earns the title Corruption Destroyer, but he is annoyed that his prize possesses no physical form. Still, he is relieved to have survived this hellish encounter. He quickly chugs a health potion to recover. As his health refills, a shadow stirs within the embers. Something is still moving inside that thick smoke. It is the corrupt monster. Irritated and stunned, our hero draws his blade, unable to believe he is still standing. Honestly, Heiho Mask is at his limit. The comrade looms over him, raising his dark blade for one final strike. Instead of killing Heiho, the man plunges the sword into his own skull and falls to his knees. Confusion washes over our hero as the enemy commits suicide. Then he hears the sound of metal hitting stone. The shattered mask falls away, revealing a weeping man who begs Heiho Mask to end his miserable life, pleads for death before the darkness consumes him again. Looking at his broken face, our hero wavers. Heiho realizes this isn't a trick. The man reveals he was once a proud member of the Secret Order. He was once just like our main character until the corruption's master captured and tortured him beyond sanity. Turned into a mindless puppet, he was forced to slaughter thousands while trapped inside his own nightmare. He only wanted to be a protector, yet he became the very demon he once swore to destroy. Heiho Mask approaches, acknowledging that this man was the most formidable warrior he has ever crossed blades with. He must have been a legend in his prime. Our hero declares that the true villain is the corruption itself. You are just a victim of hypnosis. If I use the purification circlet, there might be a chance I can save you. The comrade lets out a soft, weary laugh, finally seeing the hero's true kindness. Reassured by that warmth, he clasps our hero's hand one last time and whispers a final goodbye. His form dissolves into light, leaving only a lone sword behind. A system prompt confirms the quest's end. The side quest inheritance is complete. Heiho Mask grumbles, annoyed at falling into yet another secret mission. He is seriously done with this game's antics. Meanwhile, Charlie finally wipes out the remaining dragons in the distance. Even with the peace, she is fuming because Heiho Mask chose to side with the Red Bulls over her. Feeling utterly betrayed by his choice to join a rival faction, her jealousy and rage only intensify. He swears to hunt him down for an explanation. Meanwhile, our hero gazes at the fallen warrior's blade. It is a grim reminder of the sacrifices made and the dark conspiracy he must now confront alone. A clan offering everything a girl could dream of. Yet Chalian sulks, leaving her loyal members drowned in confusion. The boy assumes she's just hunting top-tier talent like our hero, but the truth is far more twisted. Chalian's obsession with Heiho Mask runs deep, and seeing her this distraught cuts her followers to the core. He suggests a tactical retreat, but a mysterious voice cuts him off before he can finish his sentence. A lone knight emerges from the shadows, demanding a private audience with the icy Chalian. The guards freeze in shock. This man bypassed their senses entirely. Only Chalian remains eerily composed. She scoffs, claiming she has zero interest in entertaining a nameless peasant with no reputation. He leans in, whispering a dark proposal. "Shall I eliminate that hero for you?" Chalian's lips curl into a sinister smile. Back at the shop, Heiho Mask slides Anne's blade across the counter toward the weary shopkeeper. The man's hands tremble with grief. That fallen comrade wasn't just a traitor, he was once his dearest friend. For years, anxiety gnawed at him, wondering if his old companion was rotting in some forgotten dungeon. Staring at the cold steel, he finally feels the heavy weight of closure settle in his heart. Our hero yields the weapon with a stoic nod. Keeping a dead man's blade felt like a cursed burden. Suddenly, a system window flashes. The sword is a unique grade beast with massive boosts to every core stat. Our hero's jaw drops as he scans the insane attributes. This weapon is an absolute game changer. Saliva practically pools in his mouth. He silently thanks the dead traitor for dropping the ultimate jackpot. He imagines the guy's ghost is happy to help. With this, he won't need a new blade for ages. With his saved gold and this new power, his mind races through the endless possibilities of this world. Heiho Mask. A booming voice shatters his daydream, calling him out by name. He spins around and pales. A massive, bloodthirsty mob has already surrounded the entire shop. There's no room for negotiation. Like a pack of starving wolves, they charge at him all at once. "How do they know it's me without the mask?" he screams, just as his watch begins to flash frantically. It's Anna screaming that he's a dead man walking. There's 100 million gold bounty on his head. 100 million, our hero reels in shock. Only one person has the petty spite to do this. Chalian. She's turned the entire server into his personal executioners. Nearby, Chalian interrogates Mark, the man who offered the hit. He claims our hero is a filthy rule breaker. He smirks, comparing the battlefield to a grand game of chess where our hero is a glitch. To Mark Heiho, Mask is an illegal pawn moving outside the lines. Deleting him is the only logical play. He brags about his alliance of guilds. With the Thunder Hunter's help, they'll crush the hero like a bug. Queen's smile widens, and for a heartbeat, Mark thinks he's successfully seduced her into his scheme. Wrong. She slams him into the dirt, grinding her boot into his face with murderous fury. She remembers him now. He's the pathetic thief who tried to poach her boss kill last time. "I despise rats," she hisses. She never collaborates with cowards who steal what rightfully belongs to her. Realizing he's a dead man, Mark swings wildly in a panic before turning tail and sprinting for his life. Her guards move to give chase, but Chalian halts them. Chasing a cockroach is a waste of her time. Instead, she issues a chilling decree: tell every guild in existence, "Heiho, Mask is my prey alone. If anyone touches a single hair on his head, I will burn their entire world to ash." Elsewhere, a panting Mark begs his boss for forgiveness over the screen, terrified of the impending punishment. Should I take him out myself, Mark asks, but his mysterious supervisor shuts him down instantly. Don't be a fool, the boss sneers. You are my hidden ace. Don't reveal your hand so early. The trap is set, and the bait is taken. Our hero is already walking into his own funeral. He watches the frenzied mob swarm our hero, confident that greed will do the dirty work for him. Meanwhile, our hero is beyond annoyed. This isn't a challenge. It's a never-ending swarm of pests. Defeat 10 and 20 more appear. Anna wails that 100 million gold is enough to tempt saints. Right now, Heiho Mask isn't a man. He's a walking, breathing billion-dollar lottery ticket. She demands to know which monster he provoked to end up in this pathetic mess. Heiho Mask tries acting tough, but his past sins flash before his eyes. He's offended more people than he can count. Only one player possesses the sheer madness to pull this off, the legendary Chaos. Yet she's a direct firebrand who'd sooner crush him personally than send nameless goons. The math isn't adding up. Teetering on the edge of a breakdown, Anna pleads for his safety, desperate to know his next move. At this rate, their entire journey ends before the next level. She blames her own incompetence as his employee, but her words spark a genius, desperate idea in his head. He panic buys a wyvern skull and vows to unmask the puppet master. With a roar, a massive golem erupts. The mob freezes in pure terror for a heartbeat before their greed overcomes their fear. Our hero dumps every stat point into skill play, evolving the golem. But Heiho Mask looks absolutely miserable. That gold was his gourmet steak fund. Now his bank account is a literal graveyard. Worth it, the golem molts into a magnificent dragon, offering a one-way ticket out of this living nightmare. Before soaring away, he tosses a smirk back, daring the trash below to even try and catch him. As Heiho Mask vanishes into the crimson sunset, the frustrated mob can only scream at the clouds. Their pathetic insults are just background noise. To a god-tier player, these losers are merely ants to be crushed. Slaughtering them is a waste of mana. It won't help him beat the game's true hidden trials. Kill the snake, he must find the head. It's time to send a message they can't ignore. He pings the Thunder Hunters Guild, demanding a private chat with Chaolan Shiru. She's been waiting for this. Midnight at the Butterfly Garden. The queen sits on her throne, radiating a dangerous cold beauty. Look who finally crawled back, she mocks, recalling how he previously ghosted her royal summons. He's done with games. In his past life, this woman was the devil who orchestrated his bloody betrayal. Every instinct screams to rip her throat out, but acting on impulse is for losers. Suppressing his killing intent, he asks. Point blank, are you the one who put the price on my head? Queen scoffs at the accusation, denying it with icy grace. But Heiho Mask isn't buying her act. He accuses her of being a petty, jealous ex-boss who can't stand seeing him win on his own. His composure snaps. He roars at her, asking if she gets off on destroying lives for fun. He's literally shaking with fury, yet Shiru just watches him with an amused cat-like glint in her eyes. My answer doesn't matter, she purrs. You've already judged me guilty in your little head. The chills hit him instantly. She said those exact haunting words right before his death in the previous timeline. Looking at her annoyed face, a buried memory surfaces. A mysterious third party was hunting him back then too. Something is rotten in the state of this game. The gears in his head turn. This isn't just a coincidence. The shadows of his past life are reappearing. He remembers a shadowy figure lurking behind the scenes. The same one who finished him off last time. Snapping back to reality, he finds Shiru looking genuinely insulted by his lack of trust. He ignores her drama, focusing on the mysterious rancor bold enough to infiltrate the Thunder Hunters. If they're involved, it's the same executioners from his past. One final bloody piece of the puzzle is missing. He turns to leave, certain of one thing. Shiru isn't the true mastermind, at least not this time. As he walks away, she calls out again, offering him a golden seat within her elite guild. You're really starting to get on my last nerve, he growls, his patience completely evaporated. He tells her to learn what no means. She interrupts, noting his strange, deep-seated hatred for her. She admits she's used to being the villain, then drops a piece of surprisingly honest advice. A lone wolf can't survive 100 million gold bounty. The entire world is coming for his head. Hide under my wing, she promises. I'll give you absolute freedom and total protection. Not a chance. He'd literally rather die than join her, mostly because last time he did, he actually died. Shiru calls him a stubborn fool, but our hero has already vanished into the darkness. He declares he will reach the absolute peak using his own strength alone, a sacred vow to himself. The queen's jaw drops in stunned silence. Even Heiho Mask wonders why he is acting so dramatic and bold right now. Suddenly, the queen breaks into a smile and offers her blessings. She warns him she is a top-tier rival, so he better brace himself for some legendary competition coming his way. Heiho Mask thinks she has totally lost it, declaring war while wearing such a bright, terrifying smile. He orders his golem skyward as Chaos waves farewell. Looking back, Heiho Mask remembers this beauty was actually normal before his regression. Some tragic event must have twisted her soul to create the monster she eventually becomes. Regardless, he will unmask the truth right after he obliterates everyone behind that massive bounty on his head. Suddenly, Anna screams through the comms, panicking because wanted posters of him are literally popping up everywhere. The price, 100 million gold for his head. She frantically asks if he somehow scammed a billionaire sponsor for that much. Our hero sighs, explaining it is no sponsor, just one obsessive crazy woman who is completely obsessed with him. Over at Missandra Castle, some low-level thugs are terrorizing a girl. She is shivering and battered, desperately sobbing for her life. They keep landing kicks and punches until a silver-haired boy suddenly intervenes, halting their pathetic assault. He looks down at the girl and bluntly asks if she is his required quest target. He whimpers that her name is Git and knows nothing of quests. Heiho Mask realizes this event hasn't even happened in this timeline yet. He demands she follow him, but one bully takes offense to his tone and charges like a brainless idiot. The fool doesn't know he is facing a combat god. With one casual strike, Heiho Mask sends them packing. Git gazes at him in awe, realizing this man is definitely not your average civilian. Our hero introduces himself as a kind-hearted citizen, despite knowing he is actually a total menace at heart. He looks at Git, who is now bowing so low her head hits the floor, thanking him for the miraculous rescue. Still shaking, she admits she nearly surrendered her quest, and without his help she would have lost everything. She starts bawling and apologizing repeatedly, but Heiho Mask has zero interest in her emotional breakdown. He cuts to the chase, asking if she is holding the Missandra Ruins quest for that legendary Dispel block reward. It gapes in shock, wondering how on earth he knows that, but he does not let her finish. Our hero shuts her down instantly, demanding she hand over the quest items right now. That is when it hits. Get this guy is just as much of a bully as the thugs who jumped her. They arrive at the ancient ruins and a system alert pings, confirming their official entry into the dungeon. The penalty: if anyone dies or flees, it is game over. Heiho Mask fumes, realizing he is tethered to a total coward. He thought he would clear this smoothly this time, but this messy situation was definitely not in his plans. Git starts the waterworks again, begging him to just leave her behind so he can escape safely. Our hero finally snaps, roaring at her to stop the endless crying and get a grip on her sanity. The atmosphere turns heavy as Heiho Mask demands she finally step up and use her hidden potential. It admits she is pathetic and claims it is useless, feeling like the entire world is rigged against her success. She explains her pathetic history, always failing raids and being cursed out by every party she has ever joined. Even solo hunting is a disaster. She manages to get killed every single time she steps into the field. Eventually, she just gave up drifting through villages and only taking the easiest NPC tasks to survive. Then she accidentally tripped over a hidden quest and unlocked these ruins. Seeing a title reward made her weep with joy. For once, it felt like the system finally acknowledged that even a weakling like her could be a true player. He tearfully asks Heiho Mask if he thinks she would willingly let someone snatch away her only hope. She only surrendered because she is powerless against him. Git keeps sobbing as our hero finally releases his grip. He coldly tells her she is free to spend her life running from every problem, but he is clearing this dungeon regardless. Just as he starts to walk away, he stops and glances back. He tells Git her past weakness doesn't define her destiny. She can still stand tall and defy the odds. His words pierce her soul. As Heiho Mask disappears ahead, she seriously contemplates just logging out and quitting forever. But then pure terror hits. If she leaves now and fails his quest, she is dead meat. Having no other option, she sheepishly follows him into the dark depths of the dungeon. As Git stands up, she freezes in terror as a massive bug monster appears before her eyes. Losing control, she screams and sprints toward Heiho Mask while a swarm of bees charges. He shoves Git aside and draws his blade, slashing the bees as she weeps in fear. An hour later, they sit exhausted on the dirt, until Heiho Mask suddenly starts screaming. He blames her for the chaos, causing Git to apologize repeatedly with a trembling voice. Our hero turns away, ordering her to stay put while he solos the boss himself. It finally realizes they are standing inside the boss room known as the Ant Den. This high-difficulty dungeon features respawning spiderlings that explode the moment they touch someone. Giant spider boss possesses a metal-hard shell, making it an absolute nightmare to defeat. Our hero tells her to stop panicking and remain completely still during the fight. As long as no traps are triggered, he can dominate the boss alone and charges forward. Git watches in awe as he dances through the room without setting off one trap. With surgical precision, he severs the spider's legs and smiles, certain of his victory. Git cheers as success feels close, but her heart drops when she looks at her feet. She stepped on a web trap, and a spiderling crawls up her leg before exploding. She screams as pain flares, freezing when dozens more spiderlings begin crawling over her. Believing it's the end, she watches as our hero reaches her and slices the monsters. He destroys them instantly, cursing his luck for being stuck with such a useless partner. He calls Git worthless and warns that if they fail, he will kill her himself. As Git stares in shock, the remaining ants swarm our hero and explode around him. Horrified by the scene, Git flees the temple while crying uncontrollably in the dark. She feels pathetic and weak, realizing she has accomplished nothing in her entire life. She was always the target of bullies and falls to the ground in total despair. Suddenly, she recalls our hero's words about changing destiny, and something inside her snaps. Meanwhile, our hero is cocooned by spiders but slashes his way out with his sword. He tracks the spiderlings carefully, knowing the quest fails if any of them perish. He prepares to summon his skeletons but notices Git returning near the dungeon entrance. He draws the spider's focus, creating the perfect distraction for Heiho Mask to strike. Heiho Mask tells her to run, but Git shakes her head, refusing to die. Having always run before, she now wants to prove she can be a real player. Heiho Mask is annoyed by the effort, but prefers her fighting over her crying. He charges the boss while Git keeps the spiderlings busy, despite her body trembling. The monsters are terrifying and she is weak, but her fear finally feels empowering. She fights with everything she has until the system confirms the ruins are cleared. Git cries happy tears in disbelief, until a mysterious hand suddenly grabs her arm. Her hero turns to find a group of bullies who have captured Git. They demand the Dispel Blockfield title for her life as Git screams out. He insists they work too hard to give up and a bully punches her. But this new Git feels no fear. The bully's fists are nothing compared to monsters. As the bully attacks again, our hero calmly challenges them to beat him first. The bully thinks he is insane, but blood splatters across the floor a second later. Skeletons appear and slaughter the gang as Git realizes the hero's true identity. Heiho Mask is the legendary player who controls skeletons and wields guild-level power alone. The bully is stunned to find such power here, but our hero merely shrugs. He demands the bully's entire inventory, and a blast follows as he claims victory. Leaving the ruins, Git realizes she was blind to Heiho Mask's true power. He isn't just strong, he's a legendary top-tier named player in disguise. She bows low, thanking him. Without his godly carry, she'd be digital dust. Our hero offers her the title, but Git refuses, feeling totally unworthy. He sets one condition: keep playing. Touched, she bursts into a fountain of tears. Vowing to make him proud, she sobs while he swaps his nerdy disguise. Shedding his camouflage, he breathes a sigh of relief. Normal clothes feel amazing. His plan to lay low failed, but at least he gained a quest-obsessed lackey. Meet Questman Git, a perfect pawn for his legendary future plans. She's a whiny disaster, but her utility is undeniable. Time for an investment. With the barrier shattered, Heiho Mask moves toward his true secret objective. Main Quest, Chapter 2, The Cursed Territory. He strides into the town square. The plaza is packed. Everyone knows the Blockfield is down, it's go time. Heavy hitters are here: Ares' second squad, Triple Wing Elites, and the Hydra Guild. The top 30 gather, but one man's overwhelming aura silences the crowd. Heiho Mask enters walking with the swagger of a man owning the city. Murmurs erupt. Is he the monster who broke the field? He just smirks. He basks in the limelight before the toxic players start throwing shade. He's a hacker, they scream. Our hero just chuckles at their pathetic jealousy. Then rumors claim he's Chowson's personal pet. Now he's actually getting annoyed. The gossip mill goes wild, claiming he's dating Chev from Red Bull. Don't touch him, he's theirs. Heiho Mask's blood begins to boil. His reputation is a joke. Rage explodes as he tackles a gossiping player. He pummels the rumor monger, screaming at the crowd to shut their mouths. I belong to nobody, he roars. Suddenly, a cold voice cuts through. A stern voice orders him to stop and focus on the quest. It's Sarabo. Heiho Mask freezes, retreating with a nervous, awkward sweat. Main quest begins. He regains his cool as the NPC briefs. Sarabo describes the cursed territory, a wasteland born from twisted ancient experiments. The monsters are cursed nightmares. Our hero remembers this from the past. Next up, the goat-headed chimera. He knows its moves. This is easy. He waits for the cue, but Sarabo targets the evil eye instead. Shock paralyzes him. Level 150, the future has changed. The crowd panics, but Sarabo clarifies dead or alive, just bring remains. Only 4 slots are available. It's a battle royale for the quest. Tension hits critical mass, the NPC signals and everyone vanishes instantly. Heiho Mask remains staring in horror. The timeline has been completely derailed. His knowledge is useless now. He slaps his face to snap back. Is the future changing or was he wrong? He must adapt now. Meanwhile, the villainous Mark arrives, planning to crush Heiho like a bug. The quest starts now. Mark sneers, imagining the hero's pathetic demise. Elsewhere, a rookie guild battles a chimera. Their warrior is vibrating with terror. Mages spam curses while the poor boy runs screaming for his life. The beast finally falls victory. The lead mage orders an immediate retreat. The boy collapses in tears, begging to go home. The adventure was too much. Tears stream down his face as hope vanishes. With top-tier guilds dominating, he believes their chances for the main quest are absolute zero. The mage snaps at him to get a grip. Open your eyes and watch. At the mage's command, the boy looks up to see Heiho Mask charging fearlessly toward 3 monstrous goat chimeras. With a few effortless flicks, he shreds them like he's peeling ripe tomatoes. The mage warns the boy to dry his pathetic tears immediately. He barks that, while others are out there bleeding, he needs to grow some spine and face this brutal reality head-on. Envy stings the boy's heart. He desperately craves that same overwhelming confidence and ease our hero displays while playing this dangerous game. Little does he know, even Heiho Mask harbors hidden shadows. The countdown for the goat-headed chimera hunt is screaming toward zero. Our hero knows he must accelerate. Driven by pure pressure, he enters a trance, slaughtering every chimera in sight without losing a single beat. A haunting question echoes in his mind. He can't fathom why this present timeline is drifting so far from his future memories. Why do these mysterious assassins keep hunting him? His once solid confidence regarding the main quest is beginning to crumble under the uncertainty. As the mental weight piles up, his very soul begins to tremble. His loyal skeleton companion offers a healing potion to soothe his wounds. Our hero refuses. He must push past his limits. While every other raiding group brings at least 5 elite members to survive. To tackle these chimeras, our hero stands completely alone. Being a solo player means he has to gamble every drop of his life force. He becomes a blur of lethal speed. When the timer finally hits 0, the non-player character approaches, showering him with rare praise. The official is visibly stunned. Mark has decimated an impossible number of chimeras in a breathtakingly short window of time. It looks like a one-man genocide. The non-player character asks for his name to officially report this legendary feat to the association. But before Mark can utter a word, a sudden voice cuts through. The official turns eager to see who took second. Heiho Mask stands frozen. He can't believe he was pushed to second place. The gap between them must be razor thin. He wonders if it's the elite Ares, the notorious clan Hydra, or perhaps a dark horse from one of the smaller guilds. Then a chillingly familiar voice rings out. Mark steps from the shadows, standing tall and defiant right in front of him. Before Mark can finish his sentence, Heiho Mask lunges in a fury, demanding to know who this masked intruder is. Mark calmly retorts that he isn't the one interfering. In a flash of movement, he delivers a devastating strike to our hero's back. The impact sends our hero crashing through a solid tree. Mark gazes down coldly, demanding a high-stakes one-on-one duel right now. If Mark emerges victorious, our hero must forfeit his right to the main quest forever.